We're driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors, according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. Leveraging over 140 million qualifications and preferences every day, Indeed's matching engine is constantly learning from your preferences, so the more you use Indeed, the better it gets. Join more than 3.5 million businesses worldwide that use Indeed to hire great talent fast. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/Blue Wire. Just go to Indeed.com/Blue Wire right now and support our show by saying that you heard about Indeed on this podcast. That's Indeed.com/Blue Wire. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed.
Listening on Audible helps your imagination soar. Whether you listen to stories, motivation, any genre you love, you can be inspired to imagine new worlds, new possibilities, new ways of thinking. Maybe you'll find inspiration in the incredible true story of Black female mathematicians at NASA in Hidden Figures, or the fantasy world of Throne of Glass. There's more to imagine when you listen. As an Audible member, you get to choose one title a month to keep from their entire catalog. New members can try Audible free for 30 days. Visit audible.com/imagine or text imagine to 500-500. That's audible.com/imagine or text imagine to 500-500.
Welcome, everybody, to the Sickos Committee podcast. As you may notice, if you are a regular listener to this show, I am not Jordan. I am Pit Girl. Jordan is late for class today, and we will all boo him when he arrives because he is late for class today. Right, kids?
Right.
All right. All right. We'll definitely boo him.
Alongside me, I have, as usual, I forgot to say what day it is. Today is Tuesday, August 6th. This is the Tuesday, August 6th podcast. And most importantly, before I introduce the guests and all the regulars, it is our 200th episode.
Oh my
How
God.
did
I
that
can't believe
happen?
we made it this. I have no idea.
I don't know
there's
how that
there's no
happened.
Jordan here to hit the soundboard.
Yeah, Jordan, you
Wah,
didn't
wah,
show
wah,
up. Wah, 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 wah. You could do something like that, right?
Yeah.
Definitely do
It's
that.
exactly the same as the soundboard. I don't hear anything different.
Sure, totally. We can get that done.
So, anyway, thank you, gentle listener, for putting up with us for this long. We don't know how we do it either. But alongside me, I have, as usual, Kamish, Beth, and Arthur. And we also have special guests, Brandon Marcello and Dusty Thibodeaux. Dusty, how are you?
I'm great. I mean, I'm fresh off of a in-person meet and greet with the commish. Got to meet the first family, the first kid, the first father.
And the second kid.
Yeah, and the second
And
kid. Well, I'd met the second kid before, or the first kid, rather.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you did. At the Texas State game. I forgot
Texas
about that.
State game, the infamous implosion of ULM against Texas State.
With losing by a point. Very heartbreaking.
And Dusty, tell the listeners where you're from.
I'm with Warhawk Report, so I am the commish's insight into the alma mater that we share of ULM, as well as covering the Sunbelt Conference with Funbelt Podcast.
I know. He's on a podcast with an Arkansas State fan, and I can't stand it.
And a James Madison guy.
We do love
the Jim,
rivalries on podcasts. It's very good. Right, Beth?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
I'm just jealous that everybody gets to meet Kamish but us.
Yeah, really.
Soon.
Very soon.
Very soon.
And
it's overrated. I'm just kidding, Kamish. I love you if you were here.
I love the energy we're starting this out with.
This is
perfect.
And Brandon, how are you?
I'm good. I'm pretty certain that the reason why you guys haven't met Kamish is because he's AI. You guys know that, right?
I'm fake. So did I look fake in Minute Maid Park? Was I like a hologram, Dusty?
That was a glitch in the Matrix.
It was. That's right. That's why the Pirates won 2 out of 3. So that
God.
definitely.
What's up with that game where, I mean, 4 errors, dude? I mean, it was Little League at its finest.
It was great. It was fun.
Don't worry, they figured it out against the Diamondbacks.
No. Okay, they're in a rain delay right now.
Of course they are.
Spiritually, they've been in a rain delay for the last 31 years.
Yeah.
That's about right.
I mean, it is Pittsburgh that it does rain a lot.
Don't forget Brandon. Brandon needs to finish.
Yes, Brandon, please tell us where we can find you on the internet. What brings you here tonight?
Usually in the basement, hiding. No, you can check me out at CBS Sports, 24/7 Sports, every single social media. I'm even on TikTok. I don't dance on TikTok, which I'm probably going to need to do because, man, no one follows me on the gram or TikTok. I got to do something creative.
I don't understand TikTok either, and I'm one of the younger people on this podcast, so
I miss Vine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vine was a lot easier for me to understand. Like, I make TikToks like maybe once every few months, and I cannot for the life of me understand like what gets traction, what blows up, and what just doesn't.
I miss Periscope the most.
Yeah. I used to do a bunch of live Periscopes when I was a beat writer covering Auburn. Like after every game, walking to my car, I would do a Periscope shooting from my phone while I was walking the car.
On that note, I miss Twitter Spaces. Those were fun. Used to do post-game pit Twitter Spaces, which were like deeply deranged. And there was a built-in soundboard, which was very much a spiritual predecessor to the soundboard that Jordan has that does not currently appear on this podcast. Anyway, Kamish, how are you doing on this lovely Tuesday night?
Doing great. I've been dancing all day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you starting a TikTok for us?
Totally. I've just been dancing to Pitbull all day. That's all it is. All day, Pitbull.
Beth, how are you?
I am swell. I got to experience the sonic wonder that is hail on the skylights today, so all is well.
How big was the hail?
It didn't seem like it's all that big. Everybody's like, you're gonna get ping pong sized hail. Like it was like, I mean, marbles at the biggest.
Disappointing.
You about nothing.
Guys, Jordan has arrived. Boo!
Boo!
We collectively decided we were going to boo your tardiness, Jordan.
I love that he can't even hear it.
You can't hear us.
Can't hear us. He's like, nope, can't do it.
Fine.
He's just making a face. It's good. He's muted. It's perfect. This is how the 200th episode should go.
Jordan, can you hear us?
No, he can't.
He definitely can't.
No, he's totally like locked in. He's like just staring at the screen, like, what's wrong with my computer? This is so great.
I'm assuming he's late because he was working on something that he's trying to like surprise us with.
And it's just not working
It's
out.
possible.
Yeah. He updated the soundboard.
Maybe. I would ask him to do that.
How many times can we hear Fireball, though?
Okay, hold up. Can you
I
hear
don't
me?
know.
Yes, finally.
Hey!
We've been able to hear you.
Okay, hold
I don't
on.
think you could hear us.
I couldn't. Okay, keep going. I'll be right back. All right, give me a second.
This is perfect.
Oh, cool. We can boo him again.
We can boo him again? All right,
What's
perfect.
What's
There
going to
we
be good is when the payoff for this is very, very low.
Yeah.
Oh,
But,
definitely. It's
I mean,
going to be great.
Has this podcast ever had a particularly high payoff?
I'm just
No,
excited.
not at all.
I'm just thrilled that we finally have figured out the production side of things on this our 200th episode. I'm so proud of us.
We're so good at
We
that.
still, I mean, like we said, don't insult us and say we're professionals. We're definitely not professionals.
Okay, well, I feel like we should get moving on whatever we're going to talk about, and Jordan can
Yes,
surprise us
absolutely.
with something at some
Well,
point.
let's start with the fun here because, again, as I was playing Pitbull earlier, we do have the Pitbull and FIU news that just dropped this morning. Our very own Brandon with a great report on this. You got the tweet out like the most ridiculous thing. We got tagged in so many photos about Pitbull and FIU. with naming rights, Pitbull, a rapper, getting naming rights to.
Are we calling him a rapper? I feel like he's got other talents too.
Okay, is he a businessman?
Entrepreneur.
I mean, doesn't he have like an official thing that FIU has to call him now?
Yes, he is now the official entrepreneur of FIU athletics.
Okay, yes, so that's right.
Dale.
A Floridian tastemaker, if you will.
How far we've come from when they were in the Sun Belt and they had a DJ spinning records in the end zone during warm-ups, in between plays, during plays. It was kind of swagtastic.
Now they're going to have an official FIU anthem written by by Mr. Bull. They kept calling him Armando during the press conference.
Oh, that's weird.
That's really weird.
Pitbull's name is Pitbull. He doesn't have other names.
Mr. 305. I mean,
he does.
He has many other names.
Yeah, okay. He has like 3 names that he goes by in his music.
Mr. Worldwide, of course, sponsoring Florida International. Could definitely not do Florida Atlantic because that is not worldwide. I mean, maybe back in the days you could do Texas A&I, but
that's not what it stands for. That's not what it stands for.
I know. No, wasn't it? Pan Am doesn't work out either, right?
Agricultural. A&I was agricultural and industrial.
Okay, there was another international.
There was Texas A&M International. I think that still exists. I think that's the Laredo campus.
Okay, that's the Laredo one that I used to drive by, seeing the in-laws in Laredo. Yeah.
When this hit this morning, it hit like a ton of rocks. I was having a Tuesday, y'all. And then this came out. Hi, I'm Jordan, by the way.
Yeah.
And
we did briefly introduce you, but you couldn't hear us.
And we booed you. We got to boo you again.
Boo. We're booing your tardiness.
Well, I got shit for valet parking my car. Commish was like, "What fancy places are you going to?"
I mean, seriously, man, where you going to?
It was a free valet.
Restaurant.
It was annoying. I hate valeting. That's my most like old man coded thing. As I hate valet parking.
I mean, I got to remember that this dude went to the Ivy League in Dartmouth. I got to keep remembering and reminding myself that.
Okay, so I won't mention the company, but I was eating on someone's company card tonight.
Okay. See. Somebody else is paying. All right, I like this. This is a little bit more speed.
Why are you eating on a credit card?
I mean, that was because little tiny dishes.
Tiny dishes of Razorback Tyson chicken nuggets. That's right. Brandon sent him a few.
Tapas served on a credit card is the most Ivy League ass thing imaginable.
I'm just going to go post this, not even as a picture, just as an idea to r/we-want-plates and see what the response is like.
It. So the best part about the Pitbull deal was it's not just the stadium naming rights. We got other things here too. We have 10 days of use of the stadium by Pitbull, a Pitbull Stadium.
Yep.
So he can, like a residence, I guess we're calling it. His residency there.
Oh, is he gonna like hang out in the rafters like Kanye in Mercedes Benz?
I thought you were gonna say next album. Oh, that'd be good too. But here's the thing: does Pitbull have albums, or does he just on other people's songs?
He has albums.
Yeah.
Come on,
Arthur, resident Pitbull expert.
No, sorry. Okay,
we all are Pitbull.
Like he drops albums. He samples a lot of songs, but like that's pretty common in his genre. Like
I don't listen to him very often, but I did hear a mix of his because he's got a channel on Sirius XM, and I was going through there a couple of months ago. He has one with Dolly Parton for 9 to 5.
Yes.
That's right. I remember that one. Yes.
And I laughed out loud at the end of it when he just goes, "Thanks, Dolly." He's so positive. Like even at the end of his song, he's got to thank the person. "Hey, thanks, Dolly. Appreciate you." My favorite part of the announcement today, though, guys, happened after the announcement when no one was really watching still the feed on ESPN Plus. FIU's in-house, TV guy interviewed Mike McIntyre about the press conference and what he just saw, and this line stuck out to me. He said, hearing Pitbull growing up, did Mike McIntyre grow up listening to Pitbull? I mean, he's from Miami, but he's 59 years old, Mike McIntyre.
I was on that old shit.
Pitbull's been around for like 20 years.
Well, he's been around, but he didn't hit the quote-unquote scene, I guess the zeitgeist, till like 2009 or 2010 was what I was reading. But he was performing and doing stuff in Miami, and was known around there in 2000. So maybe he knew him. But at the time, Mike was starting off as a head coach at San Jose State and all that before, moving on. So I doubt very likely that Mike McIntyre, he at 59 years old, even though he's from Miami, grew up listening to Pitbull, like he said today.
All right, I got a Pitbull album from 2004.
Okay. That was like the original, though.
Yes.
Yeah, that would have been his debut.
Oh my god,
That was-
cover art for this.
Yes, it is. It is just basically, it's Miami. He was Mr. 305 then before he went Mr. Worldwide. He had the 305 anthem along with Kulo. Which
classic.
was a lot of fun.
Kulo's
The classics. She's freaky. Definitely some good stuff. Mike McIntyre, big fan of Kulo. We'll say that.
The other things he gets from this, besides, so the 10 days annual agreement to use the stadium, limited number of tickets to be set aside for FIU students at a discounted rate. The Volley 305 vodka is now the preferred brand of vodka at the stadium.
Do they sell like liquor at the stadium?
Apparently so.
In Miami?
They
I
do
would
now.
hope so.
I hope so.
They do now. All right.
Arthur, I assume that either you or I or both of us will be writing a letter to the Pennsylvania Liquor Control Board soon.
You got it. I've already looked it up, and this particular vodka is not available in the state of Pennsylvania. So next time I'm out of state, or I'll write to the Liquor Control Board.
FIU people that I met in Las Cruces, New Mexico, send us some Volley vodka to Texas and Pennsylvania, please.
Do we need a sick?
I don't want the Razorback chicken nuggets. I want the vodka.
Here's the thing. I am straight up, and here's this. I'm sorry to say this, Pit Girl. I'm straight up calling FIU now the Pitbull Panthers.
Okay.
They're
the real Pit Panthers.
It is very, very much a missed opportunity that Pitt Stadium no longer exists, because Pitbull Field at Pitt Stadium could have been amazing. We could have had Mr. 412, except a t-shirt company will sue over it.
I mean, Wiz Khalifa did a song somehow in collaboration with Pitt's NIL Collective last year. So, there's a market for, I guess, these musical artists / college football collaborations.
The thing that kills me about that song is that it's called Bring 'em to the O. And you can't bring 'em to the O anymore. It went out of business.
Is this where we start getting sad about things that would have business around Pitt?
Yeah, but also the O was an institution. It was like old. It was not just like a shitty bar that I liked. It was a true institution. Hot dog stand by Forbes Field.
Yeah, that was a like Puddles hangout when he still lived in Pittsburgh. It's from the long ago.
Other things include the ability for Pitbull affiliated performer to perform at halftime or post game of a home game. I don't know who's in the Pitbull stable of artists, but I'm very excited to find out.
Like Master P had the No Limit Soldiers.
Yeah.
Does Pitbull have like a kennel of artists?
I mean, little was it Lil Wayne that had all the bunch of rappers he hung out with?
Well, I mean, it's not uncommon for artists to sign like other, especially like up and coming artists, like on their own label
As analysts.
But like, I don't know. I don't know of anyone that's actually like
Pitbull School for Wayward Rappers
affiliated with Pitbull. Like the only people I know of as being affiliated with Pitbull is like his dance team, the Most Bad Ones.
Oh.
And that's it. They could certainly perform at games. Like they're basically like cheerleaders. So I think a football game would be kind of a natural place for them to perform. But I don't know of any artists that are necessarily in his stable, as you would say.
So someone who has featured on a Pitbull song could potentially be considered a Pitbull affiliated performer. Is that not true?
You're getting Dolly or Neo?
Thanks,
Dolly, Neo, Kesha.
Yeah.
We're getting everybody.
Sure.
I'm going down.
Christina Aguilera.
J-Lo.
Has he ever sampled the podcast where y'all can be featured?
Oh, that would be great. Hey,
that'd be great.
I sent a tweet to him today asking to use his other thing he gets, which is a VIP suite.
2 suites.
Yes.
2 suites.
For every home game. He doesn't need all that
suites
space.
for every home.
40 seats.
Pitbull.
That's so many
40 seats for Pitbull.
So many seats.
Let the committee in.
So what he has to do is he pays this. It's $1.2 million each year, so $6 million total with an extension option. He's creating an FIU anthem. He has to do 12 social media posts per year, which like
once a month.
You could have gotten him up, could have like lifted him up on that. I think it's 12. Well, that's one per game during the season, which is probably the correct way.
Okay.
And then he has to appear at one athletics fundraiser for 3 hours.
Perfect.
Listen. Texas paid him what, $2.3 million to perform?
That's right.
Oh yeah,
FIU's getting a deal here.
And he used the Texas money to pay FIU.
Just sign the check
for this deal.
He had to perform at Texas for I don't know how long, and then he's going to go to FIU, and FIU's getting him for 3 hours plus 12 social media posts and entertainment at halftime, all the attention for $1.2 million. Man, they got a steal.
I like
that's
this
NIL
as
at its finest.
Oh yeah,
it is. Right. I also really like this as interconference wealth transfer, which it is.
Oh my God, is this trickle-down economics?
This is trickle-down economics. I was really upset with that.
Holy shit, Reagan was right about something. We've moved money from the SEC to the Conference USA. More American.
I mean, this is very in line with like what Pitbull's about. Like Pitbull is an investor in a NASCAR team. There's a rumor actually going around right now that he's looking to cash in on that and sell. But yeah, like he's always been like a sports fan. And this is something I think that, maybe it's a little surprising that it's FIU and that it's not something, kind of more big time. But, this has always been something that he's been interested in, that he's been about. If you listen to his music, he shouts out athletes, makes a lot of sports metaphors.
Thanks, Dolly.
Yeah, this is a good fit, I think, in terms of Pitbull and the university.
Now, this isn't the complete name of the stadium now, though, because the field got named today, too, and that was not covered as widely.
Well, I mean, everybody's paying attention to Pitbull, but then they renamed the field.
It is South Dade Kia Field at Pitbull Stadium.
Now, this is the other thing I really enjoyed about the press conference, okay? So, they're talking to Armando, Mr. Pitbull, and Scott Carr, the athletics director there, and they're just talking back and forth or whatever, and one of the owners for Kia South Dade is on the stage at the very end, like feeling left out, I guess, and has to like almost interrupt like 3/4 of the way through the thing, goes, "Hey, we're also very proud to be affiliated with FIU." And God bless Armando, Mr. Pitbull, because he sincerely turns to her and goes, "I want to thank you for starting all this. You're the one who got this all going," and was just talking about how much he highly regards her in their company at Kia South Dade. By the way, go check out their Toyota thon. I don't know. But the thing is, Pitbull was so sincere to her, like looking her straight now, like you are amazing. This is amazing. Anyway, back to my vodka.
That was the thing. It's like everything he did, like he got choked up slightly talking. He's very passionate about this and very genuine in a way that it's disarming for someone who's sort of irony poisoned like me sometimes. It was a really nice moment of Pitbull walking in and also hearing, the university president have to sit there and go, "And also, did you know we're like a tier 1 research institution? And here are all the things we do." Like having to do that because you're university president, you have to. Also,
and then Pitbull's talking about sneaking into the gym at night there at FIU to play basketball and stuff when he was a kid and everything. It was great.
Their president did look Moby. I did notice that. But also, all bald guys look the same. Sorry, Brandon.
Hey! That's baldism.
We got Pitbull on the show tonight. Oh, wait. No, sorry.
We got Pitbull.
Hey, listen, Moby also collaborates with a lot of artists. So
there you go. I did not realize that it had not been named Ricardo Silva Stadium in like 2 years either. In my mind, it was
lost that branding.
Yeah. Ricardo Silva is the guy that co-owns AC Milan and also Miami FC.
Yep.
And he had his name on the stadium. I thought it was still Ricardo Silva Stadium until today. So there you go.
Probably had to drop that to buy help get Messi to enter Miami. So
or bail out crypto.com or whoever owned all the crypto shit.
Whatever.
This was just a beautiful thing that happened today.
Yeah.
Oh God.
My question is, how is Kane Twitter reacting to this? How are the Miami fans reacting to this?
Oh God. I haven't
we gotta ask
looked
Mike Ryan.
because Miami Twitter is a place I very rarely venture into for what should be self-explanatory reasons. But let's find out.
Well, I mean, you're a Pitt fan. You want to stay away from that. So
I want to stay away from that, even if I wasn't going to be real with you.
Let's see what the Miami message boards are saying.
No, don't do that.
Shout out to our friends at Message Board Geniuses.
Yeah, I'm sure they're digging.
Good God.
This is a sign of our program. We need to get the Rock. I mean, our stadium's already called Hard Rock Stadium.
For now.
So, like, is Uncle
For
Luke
now.
allowed to sing at
Uncle
FIU
Luke-
if he's a U guy?
I mean, they had Uncle Luke for like the longest, but I don't think Uncle Luke has got like renamed the stadium money.
I didn't think Pitbull had really in the stadium money, but lo and behold, that number isn't as high as I thought it was.
Okay. Well, I mean, maybe Uncle Luke has to go play at Texas. Get some money from Texas and go back, transfer it to Miami.
Hold up. I need the show notes. I've lost the show notes. I'm a rolling mess, y'all.
Would you like me to drive while you look for the show
Yeah,
notes
drive,
in
go
your
for it,
infinite
drive.
chabs?
Drive
All
it.
right. So the next topic on the show notes, folks, is it's still the Olympics. Jordan, can you hit
It
the
is?
button?
Nope, not that one.
Not that one.
There we go.
So the soundboard was such a great idea.
Oh God.
That's great.
Hey Beth, thank you so much for this. Thank you for the session.
She's so mad
You
right
can't say that I've done nothing for you.
You have certainly done something.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's unequivocally something.
But anyway, do want to take a quick whip around and talk about Olympic updates. I have not seen as much Olympics in the last couple days as I had the last time we recorded, but I do think it is worth talking about whatever happened during the men's 1500 today.
Yes.
Because that was
wondrous.
it was amazing. I just caught the replay and like I knew what was gonna happen, and it was still just like, oh.
I loved every part of that. I loved as they were introducing the Norwegian runner and the British runner who had and their incredible bitch fest over the past 4 years.
Mhm.
And like right as the race is about to go off, they're like, also there are 2 Americans in this race, and that's all they said. Like the entire buildup was about these 2 dudes and how mad they are at each other. You watch the Norwegian come out to this huge lead. And the British guy catches up to him, passes him, and is kind of like goes past him. And then an American dude blows past him to win the race. It was incredible.
USA, USA. I love it, especially because NBC's coverage is always so focused on Americans. This was like the one moment when it was not. And now we
That's
know
great.
that they're probably regretting this decision.
So that was Cole Hawker won
Yes.
the 1500, and it looks like he tried to pass the Norwegian who cut him off, and he like kind of pushed him a little bit, but then he got the inside lane and he was just mad and just passed everybody, and then another US runner got the bronze, so the Norwegian didn't get any medal.
Nope.
And the best thing about this is like Cole Hawker, he's an Oregon Duck. Their first medal in the 1500 since 2016, so the drought is over for them. His personal best, he topped it by 3 seconds.
Wow.
Like just to win this race. So like 3 seconds, fueled by the hatred of the Norwegian blocking him, I guess, to zoom past him. It was great.
And this is the metric mile, correct?
Yes.
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 Okay. So when they said that man could not run a 4-minute mile, this is the dude that ran a 3.5-minute mile, I believe.
Yeah, it's 1500 meters is like closer to a mile than it sounds like, but it is also still short.
Okay.
Yeah.
The fact that, I mean, anytime I see these dudes kick at the end of a long race, I mean, any race more than like 100 meters, it's insane to me to watch them turn on the afterburners and just cruise past.
I don't know where they got it. No idea where they got it.
I don't know,
stored.
man.
Yeah.
I don't have it. I guarantee you I don't have it.
I want to give a shout out to the kayak cross. I found like I was watching the quarters, and then I latched on to one kayaker by the name of Finn Butcher. He's a New Zealander, and they just called him the Butcher. He was
looks
ranked
like a Finn the Butcher.
Yeah, he was ranked 9th in the world, and there was like this British dude that was favored in number 1 ranking, and then he wound up just like blowing past him in the final race, like just got this great lead, and the Butcher wins the first ever kayak cross medal.
Beautiful.
And I'm like, this was amazing. It was so much fun to watch. I love that. I can't wait to watch it. We need to get some Americans in there though.
Since this is going to be in Oklahoma City in 2028, if I'm local, if I'm still in Dallas at that point, I'm going up to Oklahoma City to watch kayak cross.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
I'll try to get my butt up there too. Maybe watch some softball while it's there.
Watching people try to drown each other in real time, just it's really intense, and I love it.
It's a lot of paddle smacking, just oars to the head. That's why they wear helmets.
If you like watching people drown each other, can I offer you water polo?
Yeah. I was going to suggest canoe polo, which is not an Olympic sport yet, but is the same idea, but it's basically water polo and kayaks and trying to kill each other. It's
great.
The things you're not allowed to do, that list is so small. So small.
Wasn't that a fraternity Olympic event, canoe polo?
Yeah. I mean, fraternity Olympics like that, like my beer mile time was never good enough, to really compete. Did you ever run beer mile? Is this a thing? No one here's run beer mile?
Turkey trot.
No, beer miles, you
ran the turkey trot.
The turkey trot, yeah.
You shotgun a can of beer, quarter of a mile, 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 can of beer at the end.
No.
Yeah, okay. Never mind.
No.
Once again, the minute I fucking open my mouth about anything I used to do in college, all of you guys look at me like, what the fuck are you talking about?
This is
fine.
We did this at Dartmouth.
When I say I live my life
versus
a quarter
the rest
mile
of
at
us.
a time, that's not what I'm referring to.
Beer mile time it was an important time. Let me tell you, we had personal records. We had a record board we kept. Yeah. Okay. Anyways,
did you at least have the decency to drink bad beer when you were in college, or is Ivy League? Is it like we're going to shotgun West Vleteren 12 and then run a mile?
Keystone Light.
Okay. All right.
The good stuff. Keystone Light. A 20.
The good stuff.
A 20 pack of lights. Yeah, that's what we used to get.
Okay. All right.
Also, the Swedish Cajun pole vaulter. How did we let a dude from Lafayette, Louisiana,
and LSU
like play for Sweden? How the fuck did this happen? This is Mondo. I'm gonna guess Duplantis, but I'm probably saying that
you
wrong.
Got it.
Really?
You got it.
How you say it? Okay.
You got it.
Armand Duplantis. Armand Gustave Duplantis, born in Lafayette, Louisiana, went to LSU, but pole vaults for Sweden. Broke the world record, 6.25 meters. Y'all, that's real high.
It's 20 feet 6 inches, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. Watching this, it was like wild because there's some of these events where you go into it and it's kind of like, okay, like this guy's the favorite, but like we'll see how this shakes out. I think of all the events, and there have been a couple where it's been like solidly like this person is going to win the gold medal. Like here they are. This might have been the most. Like legitimately, he did not miss a jump. Like he had to do a few jumps during the competition just to like officially set the mark. But like honestly, like he could have won this with one jump. Like he could have just gone up and said like, yeah, like, put the bar at 6 meters, and like no one else could clear 6 meters. He went 6.25 in the end, but you rarely see an event like that where it's such a foregone conclusion. He had so much room to spare.
I will put in an honorable mention in this category for Sydney McLaughlin-Leverone, who is the 400 meter hurdles.
Yeah.
Amazing person who would have placed in the race without the hurdles at the same distance. That's how fast she was running. They did an awesome graphic where they had like her running a race at the same time as the 400, and she would have finished 5th in the final, not the heats. So,
wow.
Yeah.
The last 9 world records.
She's like Katie Ledecky by herself at the end of a 400 meter race, which is ungodly.
The last 9 world records in men's pole vaulting are held by this dude.
Yes.
He's upped himself from 6.17 meters all the way to 6.25. And before that, the last world record was 6 years before that. And before that, the last world record was held by someone who also jumped for the Soviet Union. So that should tell you how far back that one goes.
At least 88, right?
Yes.
I want to take this moment to appreciate Mondo's accent in his interview. Because he born in the US, went to LSU. I knew that, expected it, expected ever like I was like, this guy is gonna sound American. And I was still a little surprised that this dude in the Sweden garb stands up and starts talking about how it's almost as loud as Tyga Stadium. Amazing.
Perfect.
Amazing.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. All right.
I need to get my Lingonberry jam and my Flarka table
He does also speak Swedish.
with
I feel
hope,
like
a heavy accent.
I feel like the one thing I was thinking though, watching this, because at the end, right, like he was so far ahead. At the end, he wants to set a new world record at the Olympics in front of everybody. He had the record before 6.24 meters. He went to 6.25. But I was just thinking, man, like you're so far ahead. You get 3 jumps to try to make it. Like maybe you want to show off, that like you can also knock the bar over by, having something too big to get over the bar. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, maybe just show off a little. That's a way to show off.
He did show off a little when he went to go over and make out with his girlfriend. So
That's true.
That's there.
And
so he's not on Tinder in the Olympic Village. He's got a woman.
I want to know what Tinder looks like in the Olympic Village all of a sudden.
It's fine.
I'm sure it's popping off.
You can imagine, right?
Sure.
Like you can absolutely imagine that like 65-year-old equestrian person on there just swiping. You let the equestrians hang out with everyone else? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Why wouldn't they?
I don't know. They made the surfers go to Tahiti.
It's true. Oh,
true.
Other Olympic thing I wanted to talk about. Yes,
a whale.
Give the whale a medal.
A whale popped out in Tahiti during the bronze medal surfing thing. It was great.
Yep.
Awesome. Last thing I want to talk about, of course, not Olympics related, but the Arizona Cardinals were releasing some of their food for the new season. They released a cotton candy burrito that just looks like if you took a character from Candyland and gutted them across the stomach, this is what would pour out from the middle of them. It is ice cream wrapped cotton candy with just a bunch of other shit inside of it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I would do this. I would eat this.
Okay.
If you eat it in a certain amount of time, do you get the Wilford Brimley t-shirt for diabetes?
I think you get an insulin shot.
There were so many people that replied to the tweet with the Wilford Brimley gift. It's just thank y'all. Let me see what the poll was because I put the poll up.
Would you try? It looks like they're serving it on a red plate instead of a company credit card.
I mean, this is the kind of thing you have to serve.
Not fancy enough.
I would love to go to like a Brazilian steakhouse and they just come over. Would you like a slice of cotton candy burrito? Slice.
We're gonna put it on a spit like it's a gyro or like it's gyro meat.
Durner, yeah,
Slices off of it.
Hey, Beth, dessert Durner. Put that in our mind bank.
On the vision
so
board.
angry right now.
Let me check the poll. I was like, cotton candy burrito. I had 4 choices. Yes, no, hell yes, hell no. 8% yes, 19% no, 10% hell yes, 63% hell no.
Cowards.
And as of recording, we have 1,284 votes.
Cowards. Absolute cowards. Well, I'm going to either try to make this myself or I'll have to go to Arizona to go see it. Okay, let's do ad read and then we'll get on to the previews.
The previews. Oh, yeah.
As always, check out our link tree on our Instagram, Twitter, and Blue Sky profiles for various discounts for things that we enjoy. For $5 a month, you can join the Sickos Committee Patreon, which gets you access to several things, including our Discord. We're now calling it the Run Post Option Discord, I believe. Is that the new name for it? I believe.
We haven't officially changed everything yet, but there, yes.
Okay. So we have a new name for our Discord, but it's the same old thing. We have channels in there for all sorts of stuff, including food, football, sports, movies, sickos things, literally everything. We also have during the season our weekly ratings debates and our live chat during the games. We've been live hollering about the Olympics all week long. You also get access for that $5 a month to our different podcasts, including Commission's Corner, Yes, Rah, 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 Yes, and the Prairie View Chronicles, which just wrapped up. Also, Jordan Junction, which is what Jordan talked about this last week, pistol dueling at the Olympics, which is a lot of fun. We should bring that back. We have our merch store, over 50 items now, including koozies, magnets, wine glasses, can-shaped glasses, stickers, shirts, foam trucker hats, and more at sickoscommittee.org. Our YouTube channel has videos. Our Instagram has pictures. Our Twitch channel has things on it. We're working on that.
Yep.
Have you streamed this week, Kamish?
No, I haven't. I hadn't had a chance. I've been battling 2 different states at work. I'm upset at 2 different states, and they've broken my Adobe PDF thing.
If
like
someone
twice
sends you a
this week so far.
684-page PDF, like that is a war crime in and of itself.
That's many pages.
I just sent a 900-pager to California today, so I didn't like them. Yeah, it was just too much.
I'm just gonna randomly start twitching Dragon Quest.
Yeah,
just out of nowhere.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Why would you not? Tell me when you're doing it. I'll holler at you while you're doing it. We also have our Substack, which right now we have our FCS previews coming out. This week we have the Coastal Athletic, the Big South OVC, the MEAC, the SWAC, and the UAC UAC. Shout out to Message Board Geniuses podcast. They go to the places we refuse to go. And lastly, Home Field Apparel for the softest, comfiest collegiate apparel, licensed by your favorite schools and some schools you've never heard of, but you absolutely should get. Right now, let's see, I'm wearing a Northwestern shirt. I see Iowa. I see Herky. So use offer code yes, ha ha ha, yes, free ha's.
The Warhawk shirt already, but it's not home. Home Field.
One of these days.
Get ULM, please. I swear.
15% off your first order.
I'm trying.
Yes, ha ha ha, yes, free ha's.
If you haven't used the code yet, friends, like those premium boxes look good.
Yeah, that Minnesota one with the shirt that just says "Ope." Let me scooch right past you. Let me slide right past you. I have to. The only connection I have to Minnesota is that the Mississippi River, like, drains down in New Orleans. That's the only connection I have to Minnesota, and I want that box.
You have my terrible accent.
Yeah,
that's good. It's good.
Beth, can you say Home Field Premium Box in the accent, please?
Home Field Premium Box.
Thank you.
The way you flattened that O out, backs. It's so good. It's good.
Hey, Prime members, have you heard? You can listen to your favorite podcasts ad-free? Good news! With Amazon Music, you have access to the largest catalog of ad-free top podcasts included with your Prime membership. To start listening, download the Amazon Music app for free or go to amazon.com/ad-free-podcast. That's amazon.com/ad-free-podcast to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
Have you ever covered a carpet stain with a rug? Ignored a leaky faucet? Pretended your half-painted living room is supposed to look like that? Well, you're not alone. We've all got unfinished home projects. But there's an easier way. Thumbtack is the app that makes it easier to care for your home. Pull out your phone and in just a few taps, search, chat, and book highly rated pros right in your neighborhood. Download Thumbtack and start caring for your home the easier way.
Okay, we are on to our previews. We continue with our previews. Kamish, do the intro.
All right. Let's see if I can not trip over this. Probably will. But it is the Super Sicko Spinning Selection Season Preview Forecast, the SSSSPF, aka the 5 SPF. We've got 99 questions, but a preview ain't one. We are starting with the Big Ten. So we welcome Brandon and Dusty from Warhawk Report here. We're going to do the Big Ten and the Sun Belt tonight. How it works is Jordan is going to spin the wheel off camera for the team, and then we're going to get the question on camera out of the giant picker wheel for what we go through. Jordan, hide the ads on that thing because I have no idea what came up last time.
We got Ford now. It's fine.
Yeah, this one's normal. It's fine.
All right, we're good. So I'm going to go over the standings of the Big Ten last year in this preview. So 2023 Michigan undefeated, 6-0 in conference, 15-0 overall, national champions. Ohio State 5-1.
What in 0 in conference? 6-0?
I'm sorry, 6-0 in division, 9-0 in conference.
Okay.
I apologize.
It's like I only played 6 games.
Woo. I got confused because the Big Ten had divisions, and they don't anymore. But that's the Big Ten East. So Ohio State 5-1 in the East, 8-1 conference overall, 11-2 overall. Penn State 4-2 in division, 7-2 in conference, 10-3 overall. Maryland 3-3 in division, 4-5 in conference, 8-5 overall. The Rutgers Scarlet Knights 2-4 in division, 3-6 in conference, 7-6 overall. And your bad boy Pinstripe Moors Bowl champion, Michigan State 1-5 in division, 2-7 in conference, 4-8 overall. The Indiana Hoosiers 0-6 in the division, 1-8 in conference. I have no idea who they beat. I think they beat Michigan State by some weird sicko score, I believe. 3-9 overall. Your Big Ten West champions and your sickos national champions. The Iowa Hawkeyes 5-1 in division, 7-2 in conference, 10-4 overall. The Northwestern Wildcats 4-2 in the division, 5-4 in conference, 8-5 overall. Wisconsin 4-2 in the division, 5-4 in conference, 7-6 overall. Minnesota 2-4 in the division, 3-6 in conference, 6-7 overall. Illinois 1-5 in the division, 3-6 in conference, 5-7 overall. Nebraska 3-3 in the division, 3-6 in conference, 5-7 overall. And Purdue, the bottom of the West, 2-4 in the division, 3-6 in the conference, and 4-8 overall.
Actually, Indiana beat Wisconsin last year.
Okay, it wasn't Michigan State.
It was Wisconsin, right. which is significantly funnier.
Okay, all right. I thought it was Michigan State with like a weird like sickos that like Michigan State outgained them by like 200. That may have been 2022.
Okay, folks, our first team up. Well, first off, we have new members. We have to get
that's right.
A new class.
Leaving the Big Ten is the Big Ten West. So Big Ten West forever. Entering is Washington, Oregon, USC, and UCLA, who apparently is in LA.
And these teams are not the Big Ten West. They sure seem very West to me.
They seem very Westy. So,
what's going to happen when we get to the end of the season and there are like 8 Big Ten teams at like 7-5?
Okay, look. You remember we would do the joke about the 7-way Big Ten West tie?
Oh, yeah.
I really hope that we get a chance for like second place in the Big Ten of like a 12-team tie scenario at like week 7. And maybe we could work that out.
It's all Big Ten West now.
It is. Just like the ACC Coastal, it spreads.
Our first team up is Michigan, who's done nothing wrong. They're innocent. They've done nothing wrong. If Jim Harbaugh had something to apologize for, he would, but he does not.
But he does not apologize.
He does not apologize. Okay, our question is...
Thank you, Jim Harbaugh. We miss you.
Will they exceed the fairness line? Will they get over 25 points a game?
I would hope so.
My God, I really hope so. Because if they don't, that's going to be a rough watch, y'all.
I'm sure the fan base will take it with grace and decorum.
Their fan base has taken such a heel turn and they love it. It's great to watch. Because last year they were already feeling that way. And now it's just full on like, just hate us, boo. Yeah, come on. Yeah, I love it.
So they had 35.9 points per game last year. They've lost their quarterback. They've lost a lot. They would have to drop essentially 11 points per game to go below the line.
No.
I still think they'll be over it.
I would think so too.
Any opinions, Brandon, or you have a fun fact about Michigan besides no apologies?
No, I just have to tread lightly, I guess, around Michigan because my goodness, you don't want to upset the fans. No. It's just been fascinating to watch. I'll say this. They're pretty stacked still with talent coming in. You mentioned the offense. They lose something like 73% of their production from last year. And that's just alarming. But you look at what they've got in there. I mean, Donovan Edwards, I fall in love with the guy the last 2 years. But, I followed him around at Big Ten Media Days. And I talked to his dad on the phone, and his dad was back home watching Media Days on the phone and whatever, was wanting to see his son. They've got firepower. I do wonder about just some depth issues maybe, but defensively, we haven't talked about their defense yet. But the thing is, it's like that defense is loaded, absolutely loaded. Their defensive front might actually be better this year, which is saying something. But yeah, the offense, I'll say they are north of the Ferentz line this year, but not by a lot. I think this is a team that might end up just being like 31, 30 points a game.
But winning every game, one of those where it feels like they win every game comfortably, even if the score doesn't quite feel that way. They're going to hold teams down and just make them hurt, which is what Michigan fans want, I think.
Oh, certainly. And you look at, the game that always pops out to me when I think of Michigan for whatever these last 2-3 years is, for example, I think it was 2 years ago against Rutgers at home. And Rutgers, I think, was maybe leading about to go into halftime or whatever. And then it was just like Michigan just put them in a stranglehold and just kind of silently put them to sleep slowly in like a morning game. That's kind of the Michigan I'm expecting this year. A team that's probably just got to score 3 touchdowns, get a field goal, and they're going to win the majority of their games this season.
Yeah, that was right. I forgot about that. Yeah, Rutgers was up 17-14, and then the final score is 52-17.
Yes.
Oh, poor Rutgers.
Just absolutely dropped 28 on them in the third quarter.
Yeah, in Michigan Stadium, right?
No, that was at Rutgers.
Oh, was it at Rutgers? Okay.
Yeah. Beautiful Piscataway.
Oh, yeah.
Next up is Nebraska.
Ooh.
And our question is, what is the name of a street the stadium is on, and give it a Monopoly property value color based on the conference street name? I don't actually.
Oh man, this has got to be like on like Tom Osborne Street or something. Like,
why would they not?
Or are they kicking it old school with Tommy Frazier?
Could be.
Memorial Stadium is on Stadium Drive.
Okay.
Oh,
also T Street.
Both of these are super underwhelming. This is like lower
football
like the
stadium
bottom
at
side
football
of the board.
Field.
This is like purple.
Okay.
This is like purple.
It feels like St. Charles Avenue.
I was just thinking that, like States Avenue. Yeah.
I feel like that's what it is.
Kamish, did you like my Barry Switzerland joke today?
I didn't get it at first, and then it finally like hit.
Okay, good.
It took a little while. I was like, oh, the Barry Switzerland.
Good.
I was like, somebody replied like Barry Swiss, and I was like, what? Okay, Barry Switzerland. I got it. It just took a while. It's been a long day.
Brandon, how are you feeling about Nebraska this year?
I'm high on them, especially in the first half of their schedule.
I met Matt Rule. I'm high on him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're Nebraska pill now. Great.
I am Nebraska pill. That's it.
Great.
Listen,
go Huskers.
They
go Big Red. Look
at the schedule. They could be 7-0 going into Ohio State.
I can't do that. As a Nebraska fan, if I was a Nebraska fan, don't do that. One game at a time.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go do the schedule here. One game at a time.
Nebraska.
Go through it.
September, Maryland, Nebraska.
All right. UTEP, Colorado, which is a huge week 2 game. No one's talking about.
We don't know.
Northern Iowa.
Okay. That's
Illinois. All these games are at home. All right. Their first 4 games are
Illinois is on that weird Friday night game.
Yeah.
And that was a weird one last year.
Then they go to Purdue. Then they host Rutgers.
Okay.
Then they get a bye.
All right.
Then they go to Indiana.
Okay.
They could be 7-0, guys, going into Ohio State.
It is a legit thing that they could be bowl eligible before they play Ohio State.
And then there's a chance they go 7-5, because then it's at Ohio State, home against UCLA, at USC, home against Wisconsin, at Iowa.
What I'm hearing here is September, Maryland, Nebraska, and I am extremely here for that level of posting.
I think they would be happy, honestly, the fans, if they make a bowl game. They don't care how they got there.
Absolutely.
I think they'd be happy.
The emotional arc of opening the season 7-0 and then ending your season after taking that kind of a losing streak by getting beaten by a sock full of quarters at Iowa. There's a beauty there.
Yeah.
Big Ten West football, baby.
Hey, Matt Rule straight up told me in May, if we don't make a bowl game, it's an absolute disappointment. So
okay.
I mean, I would probably agree with that. With that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they should, and with the star power they've got there, obviously, that they've brought in, not just with Dylan Raiola at quarterback, but some of the transfers, especially at receiver. I mean, if they
Maybe Mahomes.
and listen, you play your first 4 games at home, 5 of your first 6 at home, and your toughest game, arguably, is Colorado, which who knows what they're going to be in week 2. Come on, they should be maybe 6-1, 7-0.
Go Big Red. Keep expectations low. 1 game at a time, Big Red.
Next up, Wisconsin, the other Big Red.
Oh.
And we renamed the school stadium after the most famous musical alumnus or attendee. I don't know. I mean, I know like band people that went to Wisconsin, but I don't know like other musicians that went to Wisconsin. Let's see.
Googling Wisconsin famous alumni. Notable alumni.
There's a Wikipedia page called just List of University of Wisconsin-Madison people.
I just looked up, I just went on wisconsin.edu's notable alumni page, looked for musician, and got not found.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the list on wisconsin.edu also does not list any musicians.
The rapper Young Gravy went to Nebraska.
Young Gravy Stadium?
You mean Wisconsin, right?
Oh, Wisconsin, I mean, yeah, sorry, yes. Yeah, I'm going to go with Young Gravy Stadium unless I find something else real fast.
Young Crazy.
Steve Miller of the Steve Miller.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
that one's better.
Okay, fine. Steve
Miller Band Stadium. Okay.
I buy it.
Okay.
Brandon, how you feeling about Wisconsin this year?
Boz Skaggs went to Wisconsin. That's a better stadium
Skaggs
name.
Stadium?
Or just Boz Stadium. That would make me
Can you
very
call
happy.
it the Skaggs Bowl?
Listen.
Oh, Butch Vig went to Wisconsin.
Wisconsin's serving alcohol in the stadium this year for the first time.
Okay.
Yes.
So we need to wait. We need to weigh that as well here.
Okay. Right.
I don't know.
Append the word legally to the end of that somewhere.
I don't know what to make of Wisconsin this year. I'm not so sold on Tyler Van Dyke. Everybody remembers him at Miami. Gigantic freshman year. He's going, I think this is his 4th different or 3rd different coordinator he's played for, in addition to transferring schools. He's been hampered by injuries the last 2 years. He's been frustrated. He got to Wisconsin, and Luke Fickell was telling me a couple of weeks ago that as soon as they brought him on campus, they said, you need to drop some weight. You need to drop about 10 pounds. We need to get you moving in the pocket more, running a little bit, because he was stationary in the backfield quite a bit at Miami and was a sitting duck. But I don't know what to make of it. You look at last year, they were so one-dimensional in a lot of ways with Tanner Mordecai, who's I think is a great quarterback, and it wasn't his fault really. It's just that they didn't really have a lot of pieces around him at receiver. They kind of fell apart at running back. They lost their identity as they're trying to go to this air raid. And you look at the schedule, I mean, I don't know. It's all going to really depend on whether they can get someone other than Will Pauling to step up at receiver, because I think he had 74 catches last year, which is insane, but he didn't have much production out of that. They've got to get a 3rd, 4th, a 5th receiver to really help step up and make that offense what Phil Longo wants to do. So I don't know. Probably a 500 team.
There was a tweet trying to hype up Tyler Van Dyke from like Wisconsin in person, and it came across the timeline because the Miami folks, from the Le Batard show, quote tweeted this, and the tweet said, "Today was the day that the Badgers had been waiting for from Tyler Van Dyke. The Miami transfer was wheeling and dealing, and had 5 consecutive completions at one point in team drills."
Oh no!
And then,
no, that was it.
Oh, okay,
that was it. He had 5 consecutive completions in drills. That was it.
Oh, that's high watermark. You know what? I have been working on as a personal project, giving myself credit for like doing small things. So I'm going to extend that kind of love and self-compassion to Tyler Van Dyke. Congratulations on those 5 completions.
5 in a row.
Keep it going, baby.
It's better than what I can do.
I mean, that is true.
I mean, my shoulder would probably pop out of socket. So
next up is OHIO State.
Oh no.
And our question is, name a vehicle that matches this team's upcoming season.
Oh my God.
Um,
A year, make, and model. What do we got?
I mean, last year was Honda McCord.
Honda McCord.
That's true.
Sorry. Well, they did have Maserati Marv, but Honda McCord was driving the.
They are going.
Just now
They are
it's
going on a
Syracuse.
Mac tour the first 2 weeks. They're playing Akron and Western Michigan. Ooh,
Oh.
Oh, okay.
and
Could
then
they
Marshall.
could they be the Cybertruck? They get all this hype and then just
Yes.
I didn't say it. I did not say that. I did not say that.
I was going to say it, and I'm so happy you did it first.
I love it.
Oh my god.
Considering that I have 2 siblings that went there.
Look, it's got all these fancy things. Does it work as a truck? No, not at all.
It's really shiny though.
Yeah. Hey.
I mean, I would, along that line, I would say the Ferrari F1 car.
Ah, I can do that.
There's a certain beauty to a football team that'll drown you in a lake.
I mean, there's a certain beauty of a car that is meant to go fast, and it does that very well until it just melts down at the most inopportune time.
So, what would you say is Ohio State's one spiritual windshield wiper?
Chip Kelly?
Oh, that's right. He's there. I once again, I forgot that.
Like you keep forgetting that Chip Kelly is the offensive coordinator.
How am I supposed to remember that? How does anyone expect me to remember that? Okay, yeah,
Is that
Well,
is that this year's
saying it.
object permanence problem for us?
it is.
I mean, along with
there's
all the
more
other
for him.
ones, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, is all right. I know people were like bringing this up last year, and people were just going, "Are you crazy? Like, is Ryan Day on the hot seat?" Like, but what if they lose 2 games and they also lose to Michigan again
right.
and miss the playoff, or get to the
Ohio
playoff
State
and lose a
fans
first round game? Like,
Ohio State
how do
fans
you
are crazy.
handle that if you're Ross Bjork, the AD there?
This is a very Auburn coded problem.
Yeah.
And I know that Ohio State fans who hear this, not that there are that many of them listening to this podcast, are going to hate me
Probably
for saying that.
Oh, they're screaming at you right now.
But this is very Auburn firing Gus Malzahn because he doesn't beat Alabama frequently enough. I would encourage you, Ohio State fans who think that Ryan Day should be on the hot seat, to observe what is currently occurring at Auburn and then rethink your decisions.
Having said all that, they should win every game on their schedule other than Oregon on the road.
I mean, if this team won the national title, like, it wouldn't be a surprise. It would be like, oh, they got it together.
If they don't make the playoffs, that would be a surprise.
Oh, yeah. That would be a shock.
12-team playoff? They missed that? Yeah. A day is gone if they miss the
I think a
12-team.
lot of us still have to sit back and think about like what the new college football season looks like to us. Like winning the Big Ten title, I guess that's great, but like that's not the thing anymore. It's getting into the playoff and making a run. Just get in the playoff now and make a run. Because what if you win the Big Ten title, get a first round bye, and then you lose your first game of the playoff? And everybody's just going, well, there we go again.
Yeah, I guess so. I will revise my car. I will say that this team is the number 11 Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota Camry, because it's like, it's cool if you like, you're expected to make the playoff, but like it doesn't really mean anything if you don't win. And you've done everything recently but win, right? So I would say they're basically Denny Hamlin, where it's like you can accomplish whatever you want, but at the end of the day, like, championship is what you need to do.
Can we Photoshop Denny Hamlin into Ohio State gear?
Is this the shit or get off the pot season for Ryan Day is the question. Like,
it feels that way.
It kind of does, and that's a weird thing to say for someone who's been very successful.
The new playoff year. Yes, but that's Ohio State's fans, so they're not listening to this. We're fine.
The other thing is, it's just like the only teams he's lost to are what? Michigan and then
Alabama?
No, well, and Oregon, remember? A few years back.
Yeah.
At home.
True.
And now you got to go to Oregon as a Big Ten conference opponent. I'm telling you right now, I've got Ohio State ranked number 1 in my poll, but
probably
at this point, like, it's not shocking, not surprising to me, and I'm even kind of picking it now and we haven't talked about them yet, but I'd say funny, but how crazy would it be if Oregon's first year in the Big Ten, they end up winning the Big Ten after struggling to win the Pac-12, try to win the Pac-12 last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oregon, we're talking about them later, but I'll tell you why I love them when we get to them. But this thing's kind of set up for Oregon just to walk in and just piss everybody off in the Big Ten.
Like the Duck is doing right now on its tour.
I could have, if I had been at Dartmouth 1 year earlier, I could have seen Ryan Day QB UNH under head coach Chip Kelly, and I regret that I did not see that in my football game history. Next up, we have Purdue. I know those fans are listening to us. Love you guys.
Oh yeah, we love Purdue. All right, the Iowa touchdown scenario.
The highest scoring game from 2023 to a safety per touchdown. Did they still win it? There's absolutely no way.
No way. They had a rough year.
There's no way.
They did play Iowa last year, right?
They lost that game.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
What was our highest scoring game last year?
Scrolling.
They scored 44 against Illinois.
Okay.
Whoa!
What did Illinois have?
Illinois
had 19.
Okay.
So
they scored 49 against Minnesota. Minnesota had 30.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah, but so even if they scored a safety per touchdown, there's no way they would have covered it.
Yeah, because that puts you at 7, and then that's 14 points. That's not enough points.
Brandon, tell me something good about Purdue. Give me something that our Purdue listeners could be like, maybe it'll turn around.
God, I hate to say it. I don't know. Because
they
lost the Big Ten sacks leader to transfer. And not just that. I mean, you know how I was kind of middling on like Wisconsin? Like, I don't know. Like Purdue, like I'm sorry. It's going to be a very, very hard year for the Boilermakers.
I'm hearing Purdue.
We believe in the Boilermakers. You're fine. You got Purdue Pete.
Oh, hey, they're playing Oregon State on the CW.
Yes.
Oh my God, Purdue, Oregon State. That's probably going to be Sicko's game of the week. I mean, their schedule doesn't seem too horrible, but I mean,
Notre Dame week 2. That's not too horrible.
I mean, they've got the Sycamores as their warm up, so they should be fine.
I mean, they got the warm up with the Sycamores. Then they got a bye week to prepare for Notre Dame after that.
Did you just say their schedule's not horrible?
No,
they've got Notre Dame, Nebraska, whatever, Oregon, Ohio State, and Penn State on the schedule.
No, it's bad.
There's no Michigan.
Okay.
That's true.
There's no Washington.
And then remember that you're Purdue that has to play it.
Okay.
Right. I mean, that's
but
schedule?
But chances, look, Ohio State could be ranked 2 coming to them.
Okay, that is like
give me some,
one of these
top ranked team.
One of these
coming to them.
Yeah, one of these like visiting teams might get their asses kicked just because it's Purdue, like in West Floppa at a weird time. But I don't know.
I can see a weird Sicko's 6-6 season out of this for sure.
No way.
Gotta believe.
Next up, by the way, is our beloved Iowa Hawkeyes. I love you, Iowa.
Oh my God.
I love you, Iowa.
Back-to-back Sicko's national champions.
Can this team go 8-4? Yes.
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 Guaranteed.
Iowa.
That was easy.
Guaranteed. It's Iowa. They can do 8-4.
That's what the Iowa do.
Yeah. What does Iowa do besides go 8-4? Like that's the bottom.
That's perfect.
Ooh, they do bring Troy to Kinnick Stadium. That's again.
Do they really?
Yeah, it's 13th. That's a lot of fun. I'm excited about that.
Bruce Crowder's in the house.
Oh wow! After Cyhawk, the week after Cyhawk.
Ooh.
Oh, that's weird.
Watch out.
That's weird.
Iowa at UCLA.
Conference game on Fox.
Is that in LA?
Is that the Friday night
at
game?
UCLA, November 8th. It must be because it has a time.
Friday night game.
It's Friday, November 8th at 9 p.m. Eastern.
What the fuck are we doing?
I hate it here.
Funny moment. I don't know if you guys saw this. Deshaun, I mean, you guys, his viral moment there. I followed him around after that and did a story on him, and he was great, by the way. And
oh no, it was just a joke that just didn't land.
Oh yeah,
it's fine.
An Iowa reporter was asking him about what should fans expect when they go to LA, and Deshaun was all like, started mentioning all these things about Iowa to him that he knew about Iowa. And then he was like asking the guy, like, what do you know about LA? Just turned it on him. It was great. What a great game that could be for the committee in November.
It's going to be Friday night on Fox. I hope we get Petros on the call for that one.
Oh, I don't know.
That feels like a
Oh.
Petros special.
Oh, okay.
It's on Fox.
Iowa, you're absolutely going at least 8-4.
Yeah, that's the Iowa barometer right
How about
there.
how about Northwestern? And our question is,
Oh no.
Tailgating.
what food meal represents this school? Like, it's not a Chicago food because it's not like a Chicago dipped beef. It's like a Chicago hot dog, but not quite, but like weird in some way.
Like a fish for.
So would you say like this Detroit style pizza?
Oh no.
No,
That's too bad, right?
you know what it is? You know what I think it is? I think it's Chicago style thin crust pizza, which is a thing that exists
Oh,
Okay,
that people don't know about. That's actually very
Yeah.
good.
it is.
Yes, it's
uh,
like tavern style.
So it's
Yeah.
good for now for like the next 2 years, just like their temporary stadium. So they'll identify with that for now,
It can't fit a lot of toppings the way that their stadium can't fit a lot of people.
That's right.
right?
That's right.
I love how beefed up the in zone stands are in the stadium.
It is so high. It's so great.
Oh God, I got.
They're selling like luxury suites in the end zone,
Mhm.
and like you can see like Lake Michigan. I'm like, we're totally tailgating. Get the riverboat. We're going.
the Malort boat. We've been there.
The Malort.
The Malort boat.
The Malote.
Boat. No, Beth had a good one. I can't remember what it was though.
I don't
North-
remember. I
North-
can't remember anything ever.
Northwestern. This is Brandon,
It's fun.
what's good about Northwestern this year, Brandon?
Well, they lost a lot of production. That's a problem. And they were kind of the sweetheart story of last year, as we know, getting to a bowl game under the interim coach at that point, David Braun. They're a team
And the
that's-
leadership of Skip Holtz as an
Oh,
analyst.
that's
there you
right.
go. Yeah.
Right, back to back champion. Skip Holtz.
They're probably going to finish in the bottom 3 in the Big Ten this year.
Too.
Ah,
They're gonna fall below 500 and not get to a bowl game this year. They just that offense. I don't know what to make of it right now. Defensively, I think they were started finally trending back to what they used to be 2 years ago. But I mean, having said all that, I mean, still, limiting big plays is kind of what they were able to do last year. That was their thing defensively. Offensively, they couldn't really do anything.
So you're saying that Iowa Northwestern game on October 26th could be a real barn burner?
Oh, just
yeah.
oatmeal the game.
The beginning schedule is not too rough. You got Miami, Ohio. You got Duke, which we don't know what Duke is with Manny Diaz. You have Eastern Illinois. The at Washington trip, probably going to be tough. You have Indiana in the temporary stadium, at Maryland, which is in October. Then you welcome Wisconsin to the temporary stadium on the lake on October 19th. That's your first 7 games. You got a chance to make a little hay there.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the schedule at Iowa, at Purdue, Ohio State, Michigan, Illinois.
At Wrigley, right?
Wrigley.
Wrigley is for Ohio State and Illinois.
Oh God, that Illinois Northwestern game at Wrigley, like in the cold, is
I
just.
can see a bowl.
I still think they should have made Ohio State come sit in the lakefront stadium.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. The Ohio State fans would be really, really upset about that. And that's,
Good.
Yes, exactly.
I'm kind of looking forward to the sheer amount of purple that will be present at Northwestern Washington.
Yes.
Oh, that's.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
That's a lot of purple.
And matching purples is so hard, y'all. I don't know if you've ever had to like get purple like yarn or something, but matching purple dye lots, such a pain in the ass. Purples
What
never
am I doing
match.
with purple yarn? What are you doing?
But like you like purple shirts. If you order sets of purple shirts from different like people at the same time, those purples do not match. Purples never match.
Okay.
Jordan is knitting you a
purple
shirt.
yarn.
Yeah,
like you said purple yarn. Are you like knitting me like an LSU
'cause
shirt or
my
something?
wife knits because remember I told you.
Okay,
won
okay,
her-
all right,
won
all right.
her state fair 3rd place ribbon, and
Okay.
I had to like get the same because when you buy yarn, you have to buy it from certain dye lots. It's a whole pain in the ass. Anyways, I just
Okay,
know this
all right.
secondhand. Next up is Big Ten Power USC,
Ooh.
Jesus Christ.
and our question is: College game day is coming to their 8th game on their schedule. Where are we sending ESPN?
Of
All right,
course they
USC.
are.
8th game on the schedule. Lincoln Riley, USC.
Rutgers.
Yes.
Done.
Beautiful.
Sold.
Asked and answered.
It's Friday
At the
night
Coliseum.
Rutgers.
At the Coliseum Friday night, Rutgers. Wonderful. God. God, just getting the energy for that. It's a 10 p.m. Central Time kick. And that means it's 11 Eastern.
So you're telling me Corso is going to be in a fugue state?
Oh, absolutely. And the fact that people in New Jersey are going to have to be up at 11 p.m. on a Friday to watch Rutgers football.
11 p.m. What are we doing? What? Like, I kind of thought you did time zones wrong there.
No, I
for a
didn't.
minute,
No,
because
man.
No,
we
did it correct.
11 p.m. kick on Friday. I can't wait
For
until I
Rutgers.
get stuck in
Yes.
this time slot.
That
This is
means
gonna
like
be great.
the Rutgers Sports Bar is going to be on like its 47th Journey song by then.
By the time
What
it's
time do
over, they're
bars
going
have
to
to
be Taylor
close
ham
in
and
New
pork roll.
Jersey?
Well, what's great about this too is I the reason that it's starting so late is because the lead-in is supposed to be the World Series. So if you get something weird where there's like extra innings or like a rain delay that pushes some stuff back, you could have this game kicking off at 11 p.m. Eastern and also like be bumped off TV.
I thought I remembered this, and I did. New Jersey does not have a statewide closing time law. There are some city ordinances, like Atlantic City is 2 a.m., but I believe Pennsauken is till whenever you feel like, so...
If you are at a sports book in Atlantic City at 11 p.m. betting on a Rutgers USC game, I got a number.
Don't
for you
stop
to call.
believing, Jordan. Don't stop believing.
You've hit
Don't stop.
rock bottom. Looks like many things for many people. Congratulations, you eating Taylor ham at 11 p.m. By the way, there are some club level seats available for that game, going for about $400 in case anyone wants to get the club seats.
Will Ferrell will be there.
Yes. So USC's, they're trying to get bigger defensively. They've completely revamped that defense after just the absolute terribleness that was Alex Grinch and Lincoln Riley being forced to kind of go, you know what? I should probably do something differently here, or my job could be on the line in another year or two, unsurprisingly. So he brings in Deonta Lynn from crosstown UCLA, who brought in a couple of his own players from UCLA. I'm a big fan of Lynn, who I think that if he has a couple of good seasons here at USC in his first 3 years there, he'll be a head coach somewhere very soon. NFL mind, understands everything on both sides of the ball. Very good leader.
He was a former Chargers coach, right?
I don't know. Was he?
A different Anthony Lynn.
So, talking to Lincoln, I keep saying this. I keep name dropping. I was talking to Lincoln Riley off to the side. I was talking to Lincoln Riley off to the side in a hallway at Big Ten Media Days. And he told me this is a rebuilding year for USC. No, he's fine with saying that this is a rebuilding year. And it's hard for him to maybe say that, and it's hard for fans to realize that, especially outside of LA. But you look at what they're having to replace, I mean, it's somewhat true, especially offensively. Defensively, they're betting a lot on changing body types. They kind of missed on some defensive linemen in the portal this past offseason. They couldn't get the defensive tackles they wanted. They struggled in recruiting with that. They have really picked up, though, in the recruiting going in for next year and beyond, which is going to be fascinating to watch. But have they done enough in the weight room and with Lynn changing that defense? Yeah. That's the big question. They got a lot of returning production, but obviously that production was terrible last year. But Lincoln kept preaching to me about how much muscle they've gained. I think at the time he was telling me that the defensive line going into their last weigh-in for the summer had gained a collective 300-plus pounds of lean muscle. And the defense was obviously higher than that as a whole. They're going bigger. They got to play in the Big Ten now. They can't.
The big beefy boys.
Big beefy boys, yeah. So
that's right.
I think USC is probably they remind me a lot of like Tennessee this year in the SEC, where they're like just above the middle of the Big Ten, but I could see them finishing the top 4 somehow and be like a threat going into November based off how those games end up settling out. But listen, we'll see. Everybody's gonna be talking about Miller Moss and quarterback, but that defense, I want to see how different it actually is. If that's just all talk right now.
Hopefully it gets better. D'Anthony Lynn is the son of Anthony Lynn, the former Chargers head coach. He he was actually a defensive assistant underneath his father for the Chargers. So that's why I got those a little bit mixed up. It's father and son combo.
They're both
there.
North Texas guys too. They're both from Salina, right north of me.
That's right.
Oregon's next. I'm not even going to spin the wheel. Brandon, tell me why you like Oregon.
As I mentioned earlier, the reason why I like them to win the Big Ten this year is that they remind me the most of any team to Georgia. And make no mistake about it, that's because Dan Lanning's kind of taking their blueprint. They are so deep in the trenches on both sides of the ball, and the amount of talent they've got. We know they're just killing recruiting right now, but I want to go back to Mario Cristobal. He kind of set the standard there in the trenches for them. Dan has really built upon that over the last couple of years, and they have really made a great progress there. Their defense, every single starter on that defense is blue chip. If you look at the recruiting rankings, every single starter on that defense is that. They return a lot of production there. And how often in college football history do you replace a 15,000-yard passer with another 15,000-yard passer? Bo next to Dylan Gabriel. It's never happened before, guys. And Oregon goes in the Big Ten hungry as hell. I think they're going to surprise everybody and win the Big Ten in their first year and just piss every single person off in that conference, where they all just go, what did we do? Why did we bring them guys out west into this conference? What are we doing?
Love it. Next up is Illinois. And our question is,
Bertram Bielema.
Oh my God. Watching this team's game with an alcoholic beverage or narcotic.
I'll give you the beverage.
The answer's Malort.
I'm gonna name drop again. I'm gonna name drop here. You know, one time I was sitting at the bar at Morton's Steakhouse in San Antonio, watching the national championship game, and who would you know is in there? Is Brett Bielema. And we're both at the coaches convention, and I sat down with him and had dinner with him and a few drinks, and he introduced me to a knockoff of like a White Russian. I'm not much of a drinker, so this is obviously probably a very well-known thing. That was just like Diet Coke instead of the Kahlua or whatever. That's it.
Wait, milk and Diet Coke?
I don't know.
No. So Diet Coke and Kahlua. There's a name for this.
Okay.
Is it
I was like, milk and Diet Coke? Oh, God. No. Brett, no.
Diet Coke and cream.
Oh, okay.
That sounds like something they're coming up with at those like soda shops.
It's the Colorado Bulldog.
Is that what they call it? He had a different name for it.
Colorado Bulldog. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, there's a Kahlua Cola. You can call it a couple of different things, but if you go to the Kahlua website, it is the Colorado Bulldog, which is kind of like a variation of the Black Russian.
Okay.
You take the cream out of it, but you know.
He called it something Colorado else, Bulldog. And I'm not going to share it here on the air, but it was.
Can't say that out loud.
No, that's fine.
Don't do it.
Sounds good to me. Then next up,
it wasn't something bad or like controversial.
No.
It was funny.
Adult.
Next up. Next up is Penn State. I'm just gonna let Pit Girl and Beth talk about Penn State.
Do we have to?
I don't want to.
Tell me how.
Yeah, no.
Did you just say you said Pit Bull Girl, right?
Hey Beth, how are the bathrooms at Beaver Stadium?
Bad, real bad. Walls don't meet at right angles. Real bad. Apparently they've decided to finally renovate their trash stadium, and I wish them the best with it. I don't know, maybe it'll pass the fire code this time.
West Virginia and Pitt hating on Penn State moment.
Brandon, can Penn State get past that Michigan-Ohio State hurdle?
Doesn't matter because they might still make the playoff.
Oh,
it does matter. As someone who lives in Pennsylvania around a lot of Penn State fans, yes, it matters a lot. They think Ohio State is their rival.
Sure, yeah. But if they still make the playoff, does that alleviate some of the...
And lose a first-round game?
Home
game?
Listen, just like Bedlam, anything can happen. They might get that 6th win against Ohio State this century. It could happen.
What year was that when they blocked the field goal and returned it for a touchdown?
2016.
2016? Okay.
Yep.
So
Which
it's 2024.
was the last time that happened. Yeah. And the previous time before that was 2011. It's been a minute.
But as you mentioned, no Michigan on the schedule this year, obviously.
Yeah, right.
So it's Ohio State at home on November 2nd.
They block another field goal. Let's go.
They got a really good schedule.
So they walk in, they can get the playoffs having lost one or two games.
Oh yeah.
And then just get annihilated.
This has 10-2 written all over them going into a playoff, and everybody talking up James Franklin. Is this the time? Is this the team? Like, even though they're not great, but does he somehow coax the best out of them in the bowl games and in the playoff and wins a couple of games, and all of a sudden, get ready for that. Because this is a 10-2 schedule.
I won't pick up the football.
All right. Just everybody guess how long James Franklin's been at Penn State.
96 years.
$1.
Close.
Somewhere between 96. Yeah. Oh,
$1.
Has it been a decade?
A little bit
It's
lower.
not a decade yet.
I want to say it's been like 9 years.
Okay.
He's been at Penn State slightly longer than Pat Narduzzi, and Pat Narduzzi was hired at Pitt in 2014. So I guess that would make it 11, probably somewhere in there.
This will be his 11th season.
That's it. 11th season. Wow.
That's it. 11th season. We've already had a decade of James Franklin at Penn State. We didn't even realize this.
You just sent him an anniversary gift.
I miss those Vanderbilt
Happy anniversary,
days, man.
What's the 10-year anniversary of Penn State? They fixed the bathrooms?
The 10-year anniversary gift traditionally, I believe, is... Let's see here.
Well,
it's tin or aluminum.
This would be their 11th
fixing the
anniversary,
bathrooms.
right?
Fixing the bathrooms.
Also, you know how we always talk about Iowa, like, is this the year they figure out how to throw the football and all that? But like with Penn State, is this the year where the offense finally looks a little bit different with Andy Kotelnicki coming in from Kansas, where they were so freaking creative? You know, obviously in those 2 years at Kansas, is he going to have full control of the offense, or is it still going to be kind of just, oh my gosh, what are we watching on Saturdays? And yet they somehow still scored 30 points.
State College, bastion of football creativity.
Indiana is up next.
All right, let's go Hoosiers. Shout out to Kirk Signetti.
Is there an Australian on this team?
If so, how many?
While you're looking that up, I Indiana interests me this year, which is a bold statement. Because
I mean, we're the Sickos Committee. Of course, they interest us.
They interest us, yes.
But they made a really great coaching hire, and I am wondering how that will translate in year one. Probably not well, but given some time, this could be a better Indiana team.
How many kids from James Madison did Kurt Signetti bring with him? Because he loaded up on a lot of those guys, right?
Yeah.
Did he bring? I think he brought a bunch over.
Oh yeah.
So if this is like James Madison Jr., I mean that's worth a couple of wins right there. Once again, I forgot that he was head coach at IUP.
Yeah, he's like aggressively Yinzer in a lot of ways.
Please remember that like IUP's field is named after Frank Signetti. Like the Signetti dynasty in Indiana, Pennsylvania is a very real thing.
Okay, so listen to this. He brought 13 transfers with him from James Madison, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting this from my good. I love this book, the Pick Six Previews.
Mm-hmm.
They return their top 9 receivers. What? Wait, hold on. All right. No, I'm sorry. 5 receivers returned, 4 transfers that have combined for a career total of 7,736 yards.
Whoa!
Those 9 kids. So they've got like guys who just know how to win and have produced. Now, different levels of football, obviously. But, you know, Kurt Signetti, I mean, all the crazy things he says out there, which is I enjoy and adore as a reporter, you know, saying they're going to do this and that. I mean, who's to say that they don't pull off? Like, maybe they're like the new Purdue of 3 years ago, where it's just like, what the heck happened here? They scored 54 points against, you know, Michigan. Where was that coming from? Very fun team to watch. The offense will be fun. I know that.
I see no Aussies,
but
instead I see a Kiwi punter.
Okay.
That's right. There's a Kiwi punter.
Whose
number
picture
94.
I have thrown in the Discord.
The number 94 punter. Also, there is no Aussie, but there is somebody from Shreveport, Louisiana, on the Indiana roster. So, also Alexandria. He's got a little bit of a Louisiana flavor up in Bloomington.
Next up is UCLA. Shout out to my father-in-law, who was a UCLA season ticket holder for a long ass time.
All right. God.
Read the schedule and come up with a scenario that makes them Sickos national champions for 2024.
Oh God.
I mean,
all right. Let's go to the schedule. So they got to become Sickos national champions. They got to dethrone Iowa.
Oh.
They play. They play at Hawaii
in week 1.
In week 1.
Hey, by the way, when Deshaun had his little viral moment on the stage at Big Ten Media Days, the line for that opening game at Hawaii jumped a full point, like in the 15 minutes after his time on the stage.
So like towards Hawaii or towards UCLA?
Hawaii.
Okay. So Hawaii became more favored when he said UCLA was in LA.
Yes.
God, that's wonderful.
All right. So they're at Hawaii, Indiana, then at LSU. They welcome Oregon, at Penn State, Minnesota, at Rutgers, at Nebraska. They welcome Iowa on that weird Friday night game we talked about, I think. At Washington, the next week they play back-to-back Fridays with Iowa and then at Washington. Home against USC, and then their last game of the season is Fresno State in the Rose Bowl.
I feel like a key component of the Sickos outcome here is to open the season by losing to Hawaii and UCLA, and then beating LSU in Tiger Stadium.
Yeah, I think I think that the way for them to get to the Sickos National Championship, I don't think it's going to take weird scores. I think it's going to take just sheer chaos. They need to become the random number generator that they fear.
Yeah. So yeah, I can see they lose to Hawaii, they lose to Indiana, they beat LSU in LSU, they beat Oregon in their home stadium. They beat Penn State. They're 3-2. They beat LSU.
Maybe Penn State in like a stupid number of overtimes.
Yes, maybe 9. Who knows? They lose to Minnesota at home. They go to Rutgers, lose to Rutgers. They're now below 500. They win at Nebraska. Beat Iowa like 9-6. They win at Washington in a crazy rainy game on a Friday night. They beat USC by like a point, and then they lose to Fresno State at the end of the year. They're your Sickos national champs. There it is.
That's a heck of a resume.
For sure. I think they make a bowl too.
Next up is Michigan State. In Michigan State, our question is, what's the most famous alumni for Michigan State?
Can I just read the Magic Johnson tweet?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he graduated from Michigan State, right?
Yeah.
I believe so. So let me read the most recent Magic Johnson tweet about him at the Olympics. And I'm just going to say he's the most famous Michigan State alumnus.
Yeah, Magic Johnson is listed as number 1. Like, he's the first listed person in the Wikipedia article.
Where was the one that he was on a yacht?
Oh, he's on his summer vacation, right? He always does that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he was on a yacht somewhere.
He hangs out with Sam Jackson a lot on the yacht. I saw.
Not a bad lifestyle.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Okay. Well, Carl,
Cedric the Entertainer as well.
Oh, so here we go. Me, Cookie, and everyone on the yacht were cheering on the USA women's gymnast in today's all-around final! Exclamation point. The GOAT of gymnastics has done it again! Exclamation point. Congratulations to Simone Biles for an electrifying floor performance and adding another Olympic gold medal to her collection. Today's all-around final! Exclamation point. Gold medal emoji at Simone Biles.
Yeah.
Me and Cookie were on our yacht.
Next up is Maryland. And our question is, would you swim to the nearest body of water next to the school? Is that the Chesapeake? No, it's not.
It's probably going to be the Potomac.
Or the Anacostia.
Would you swim in the nearest body of water?
I'm
Next to the
leaning no.
Hold on. Okay, College Park, Maryland. What do we got next to us? I see.
There's some lakes.
It's the Potomac
Be
River.
the Potomac.
I think.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Yeah, it's
no,
the Potomac River.
fuck that. I'm not swimming in the Potomac.
I mean, there's a creek.
There's a creek.
There's a creek.
I'm not swimming in
Probably
any,
not
any
deep
water
enough
near
to swim
DC,
in.
Sorry.
Lake Artemisia.
No, or like I said, or the Anacostia, which I'm also not swimming in.
It's the Anacostia, actually.
Okay.
So absolutely
okay.
Absolutely not swimming in the Anacostia. Nope.
So Jordan, I can't talk you into like John Quincy Adamsing it.
No.
In the Potomac.
Nope, not at all. Nice try though.
Maryland's got a favorable first half of the schedule.
Like always.
Surprise.
Back half,
Imagine that.
back half
September, Maryland
is loaded.
is the thing.
Oh God. Sometimes things just it's like poetry. It rhymes. Like that's just all it is.
Loaded for turtle.
Turtle. Next up.
How many more teams we got left?
Rutgers.
So
We got three more. This sucks.
We can do this.
I hate this comp.
Rutgers. My God, the biggest 10 ever.
Rutgers. What's this team's hashtag for 2024? Do they have one yet?
Chop on.
That's Rutgers's?
For Rutgers?
Rutgers. Yeah, I think so. It's chop on.
You're a knight. You have a sword. That's not a chopping implement.
A slice. No, that's a one for me, dog. This is lame.
It is. I swear it's chop on.
Okay. I still don't like it.
And
Okay.
then you should sue.
That's all you're getting from me, Rutgers.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. I looked at Rutgers and it's hashtag chop and an axe emoji.
Okay, it's just chop. All right.
Nope, that sucks.
Still don't like it.
All right.
Fine.
8 starters return on that defense. I
Okay.
like the schedule. They're going to a bowl game again.
That's
Okay.
Ooh,
Greg Shannon has them going in the correct direction. That's more
that's good.
hopefully than
That's
a long
kind of
time.
what you want at Rutgers.
Tale as old as time.
How about Washington?
Ooh.
Washington.
And our question is, no, I'm not doing that.
Not doing it.
I'm so tired. Northwestern scenario. New stadium is a practice field.
Okay, they already
Congratulations.
like Washington. You already say okay.
Yep.
They already did it.
Yep.
They already
Congratulations,
done it.
Washington.
It's done.
You've already built your.
You say okay already.
Yep. Congratulations. This
It's
is
not a practice field anymore.
Are we calling this the Fish Bowl again? Are we changing the name of the stadium to the Fish Bowl?
the fish tank?
Fish Tank?
That's what they called Arizona. But let's see what they say. The fish bowl, whatever. It's fine.
I like fish bowl in this application.
What about the fish market?
Oh, for Seattle? I like that better. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
okay.
good.
Okay.
And lastly, but not leastly, go Gophers, Minnesota.
Oh.
And the UTSA Owl Gauntlet. If they play all 4 Division I Owl teams, what is their record?
Okay.
I think they go 4-0 against the Owl.
4-0 against the Owls. So they got to beat Kennesaw State, Rice, Temple, and FAU.
Yeah, I think they
Yeah.
can go 4-0 against Owls.
I'll give you that.
Okay. Thank God we are done with the Big Ten. Oh
The
my
biggest
God.
Ten.
We're
Free.
Big Ten.
Let's talk about the Sun Belt now.
Oh my God, Dusty can talk again.
Yeah. Everyone take a smoke for a second.
Welcome in.
Woo!
Yeah. Hey,
Welcome.
Hey, Kamish, tell us how the Sun Belt went last year.
All right, East Division.
They're not
James
changing
Madison.
teams. They're not changing any teams.
There's nobody coming into the Sun Belt. This is great. James Madison 7-1 in conference, 11-2 overall. App State 6-2 in conference, 9-5 overall. Coastal 5-3 in conference, 8-5 overall. Old Dominion 5-3 in conference, 6-7 overall. Georgia State 3-5 in conference, 7-6 overall, and they won the Potato Bowl.
Yeah, they did.
3-5 in conference with Georgia Southern, 6-7 overall. Marshall 3-5 in conference. Beth hates them. 6-7 overall. The West Division, the Troy Trojans, 7-1 overall. 7-1 in conference, 11-3 overall. Texas State 4-4 in conference, 8-5 overall. South Alabama 4-4 in conference, 7-6 overall. Arkansas State 4-4 in conference, 6-7 overall. The Cajuns 3-5 in conference, 6-7 overall. Southern Miss 2-6 in conference, 3-9 overall. And ULM has been mentioned, 0-8 in conference, 2-10 overall. Bye Terry Bowden.
Okay.
R.I.P.
All right. Wait, what?
Who told me that Terry Bowden was a high school coach now? Was that you, Dusty?
Yes.
Okay.
Is he really?
He's a high school
teaching
offensive
history,
coordinator?
and he's the offensive coordinator at a small, I think they're 1A or 2A Louisiana high school.
I love that.
I love that for him so much.
Yeah. Hey, it's history teacher Terry. Terry comes in, he sits on the chair backwards. Hey, kids, let's talk about the Industrial Revolution.
I was there. I know about it.
Let me tell you how my dad solved industrialism.
Oh my God.
Our first team up in the Sun Belt is Georgia Southern. Clay Helton finding his happy place after so many years in California. Just happy he's smiling again. What's the lowest rated food establishment in Statesboro?
Oh God.
Oh my God. Statesboro.
I remember them being a lot better than, would you say, 4-4 in conference? But I think it's because I had so much fun watching them.
They were 3-5 in conference.
Okay,
6-7 overall.
I don't remember that. I remember them being way better than that.
You remember Davis Brin being top of the Detmer chart.
That's right. Davis Brin
and just throwing the ball everywhere.
He was
like a madman.
He was such a fun quarterback to watch because he just threw it everywhere and with confidence. Like any good person on this earth, y'all, just be confident about what you do. You have to be good at it. Just be confident. Throw the ball to someone.
Everyone's open somewhere.
Everyone's open somewhere.
Somebody's open.
You find anything like Statesboro?
Nothing
a 2.5 star,
particularly
a 2.5 star Wingstop.
Oh, that's
okay.
That sounds awful.
2.5 star. How do you mess up Wingstop? I want to see like the lowest reviews.
I see a 4.0 Mexican place called El Jalapeno.
I have a 1-star place called Stoner's Pizza Joint. Pizza was quite cardboardish and very greasy.
Okay.
I wonder
Stoner's
why.
Pizza?
Yeah, I'll take Stoner's Pizza Joint then.
Okay, yeah, 1 star. I'm not going to beat that.
There's a 3.8 buffet called Chow Time Buffet, which I just...
Uh-oh.
Right. Oh, it looks like they have crab rangoon on the dish on the menu and a sushi bar.
Eating sushi in Statesboro.
Have you ever eaten an all-you-can-eat sushi bar, like attached to Chinese buffet? There was one.
Oh yes, I've got one near my house, and
oh God,
it is wonderful.
There used to be one attached to a bus station in Vermont that we would drive to. It was awful. Next up is Arkansas State.
Boo!
And
14 years in a row.
Rate the odds 1 to 10 that this team makes a bowl game. Ooh, I don't know about that, Arkansas State. Although they
Dusty, what do you got to say?
No, Arkansas State definitely has a good chance. I mean, they have the reigning freshman of the year, Jalen Rayner, coming back this year. Butch Jones and his mythical doesn't add up math of him being in like year 2 of the Red Wolves rebuild. Why not? As long as they lose to ULM finally, because it's like 14 or 16 or 100,
years.
something like that in a row.
It's 14 years.
I'd forgotten Arkansas State 77, Texas State 31.
No, I not forgot about that. That was one of the weirdest games last year.
That makes absolutely no sense. God, I love that.
I'll give Arkansas State a 6.5. They should make a bowl game at 6-6. I would say
easily,
at least.
Next up, we do have our sound guide says Raging Cajuns, correct? That's what we refer to them as?
They are the Raging Cajuns.
No school listed? Okay.
They're just the Cajuns.
Could their coach pull a Scott Satterfield, Jeff Hafley, and get a new job before they get fired? I don't think so.
Because I think Coach Des could. I mean, it might be at the high school ranks, but I think he would be able to pull it off.
Well, that is true.
You could get like an analyst or a coordinator position.
No, but can he make it as a history teacher?
I mean, pull a Terry Bowden.
The thing is, like, all these high school coaches still have teaching certificates somewhere because they have to have them in most states. So, like, all these guys are certified to teach something else at some point.
Well, and Des was a high school coach before he came back to his alma mater, and
That's
so
right,
yeah, I mean, he could definitely jump on the high school bandwagon. I think tomorrow.
I honestly think he can go back to the CFL. He was a quarterback for the Calgary Stampeders.
I'd forgotten about that. Yes. Okay. He could probably get a CFL job. Yeah, sure.
For sure, yeah. Get hired by the Elks.
Next up is the James Madison Dukes, who got to a bowl game last year due to some great math. Is that town spiritually more of a Sheets, QT, or Bucky's town? Ooh, that's a good question.
So that's Virginia.
That's got to be QT country.
Yeah, there are Sheetses in Virginia.
There's a ton of Sheetses in
There are
Virginia.
many Sheetses
I feel like
in
that's
Virginia.
more Sheetsies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that like 81 is like the Sheets interstate.
Yeah.
It's right off the interstate too.
Sheets' main truck stops are on 81.
It's more than off the interstate. It's like through the interstate is through
Like
it.
the interstate goes through the campus, I think.
Yes,
I am checking to see if there is a Harrisonburg area Sheets. Please hold.
I guarantee there is.
There seems to be, yes.
I feel like Bucky's has lost its magic ever since it left Texas.
Ooh, that's a bold statement.
There are three that are surrounding James Madison.
Yep, that sounds exactly right.
The Sheets are there. They're spiritually Sheets.
It is a Sheets town. Okay, I'll dig that.
Sheetsies.
Next up is ODU, the Old Dominion University.
Weirdest university that we love.
Review their 1974 season. Y'all, were they playing football in 1974?
I don't know.
They were not playing football in 1974.
Okay. Asked and answered.
Wait, hold on. Their first season was 1930.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but there was a hiatus.
When did they come back? There was a huge hiatus. They came back in 2007, so no.
No, they were not playing football that long ago.
It was very sickos. They were not playing football.
Mm-hmm. Can I say one of my favorite color combos, that like dark blue, light blue combo, one of my favorites.
The light blue is very nice.
All their stuff looks really sharp. Most teams with light blue look very sharp. I'm just going to say that.
That powder blue helmet they had last year they broke out was amazing.
Yeah, it really was. Every time, it's one of my weak spots is that dark blue, light blue combo with that powder blue helmet. Ah. Okay, ODU. We asked and answered. Next up is Marshall University.
Okay, Beth can hate on them.
Boo.
How many big cats do they play? And what is their record against big cats? What will be their record against big cats? There's not a lot of big cats in the Sun Belt, though.
No, there's a lot of birds.
We found that out. We found that out. We were like, why are there so many fucking birds in this conference?
They're playing additional birds, too, because they play VT.
They play Georgia State. That's the Panthers.
They are Panthers, yes.
That's it. Well, Old Dominion is lion-ish.
There's a lion-ish.
I guess the Monarch, technically. Okay, fine.
It's a lion.
That's 2. Let's just say 2. What is that record between those two?
That's
a sea. Does a sea wolf count?
No.
Stony Brook?
No.
Okay. So
that is a canid.
Okay.
And it's an aquatic canid. Cats, noted water haters.
By the way, y'all, Marshall at Virginia Tech on the CW.
Oh God!
Oh my God!
Hey Beth, that's like a lot of things you hate in one place. It's beautiful.
I have hives. Thanks for that.
At 4:30 p.m., I think they go 0-2 against Georgia State and Old Dominion, but I'm very bullish on both those teams for just vibes-based reasons only.
I think it's a split.
What did you say, Dusty?
It's a split. The Monarchs, Ricky Ronnie. Let's get weird with the Monarchs.
It was Georgia State was very big on last year, right? Like
yeah,
weirdly
Georgia
big
State was like weirdly good last year.
For the first couple of games, and then they dropped off real hard.
They're either hot or they're cold, and it's that time in between where you just hear this huge sucking sound.
They won the Potato Bowl and they fired their coach, right?
Yes. No, he left.
Oh yeah,
screw this place.
Oh, he left. Okay, where'd he go?
He is at South Carolina as I think tight ends coach.
So he pulled the Jeff Hafley Satterfield. Okay, that's right.
Oh, that's right. And they grabbed Del McGee out of Georgia.
Yes.
That's right. Yes. A good pick for them. Okay.
Forgot about that.
Next up, Troy, the Troy Trojans.
And
our question is, what's the opposite? Change this nickname to the opposite of their current nickname. What's the opposite of a Trojan? That has to be like that's got to be a
bareback.
Who did they fight in that war?
Thank you. Done.
The Greeks.
The Greeks.
The Greeks.
Yeah,
the Troy Greeks.
The Troy accumulated Greeks. This is actually a thing at there. So in Hershey, PA, the public high school is, and I'm going to get this backwards. I think they're the Trojans, and then the Milton Hershey School is the Spartans,
Okay.
and that's intentional because the Spartans are Greek.
Okay. So they'd be the Troy Spartans?
The
That
Greeks,
would work.
Athenians.
I'm gonna.
I'm just
Okay.
glad I locked up that I'll never be invited back.
So I should stop looking up manufacturers of dental dams. Got it.
No, I was so Diddle Dam was maybe my first. Yeah, no, that's Bareback was also a great selection, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you. Next up,
The lambskins?
I have to say
the
it.
Troy
I have to. Yeah, the Troy Raw Dog. I have to say it and get it out of my head.
I've been watching Kim Possible with my kid. I go, Mad Dogs, go, Mad Dogs.
So that.
Done. Texas State, my beloved Bobcats. Eat 'em up.
Viva la Boobcats.
FIFA
What's the
La
name of their-
Boob Cats.
What's the name of their marching band? And rate it 1 to 10. I got a feeling it's a lame name, unfortunately.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know what the name is, but here's why they're an 11. Last year when they played Nevada, they stole the trident.
The Toronto Trident. Mm-hmm.
So they're the Bobcat Marching Band, which is very boring, but they did steal the trident, and also Boko exists in the world.
Boko is a great mascot.
It
We
was
do love
a
Boko.
it was a baritone player, I believe, that ended up stealing it. Not a trombone
The
player.
band stole
Huh.
the trident.
Yeah, it was a baritone player.
Usually the baritone is more reserved than their slide cousins.
Yeah,
My
no, but this
God.
one just went for it. Good for them.
Beautiful.
Okay. Texas State, by the way, is my next dynasty in the game.
Sure.
I'm wrapping up my Rice dynasty because y'all, it's not going well. They're gonna fire me. I'm gonna get fired from Rice. It sucks. Next up, Coastal Carolina, the Chanticleers, the Fancy Chickens.
The chance.
My favorite bit of trivia is that they are not the first Chanticleers in college football. Rutgers used to be the Chanticleers, and they stopped being that because their coach did not want to be chickens anymore.
I can see Greg Schiano saying the same thing.
I don't have enough soundboard things for this, so we'll punt on that.
Oh, come on, Jordan.
I'm not loaded enough.
Ah.
This school's costume mascot is their middle linebacker. The mascot is flying over the line in the air to stop the diving running back from scoring the game-winning touchdown. Does the mascot make the tackle? Oh, yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Chauncey?
Yeah, Chauncey absolutely makes the goddamn tackle.
Yeah.
Chauncey, the Chanticleer?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's got hate in his eyes and hate in his heart.
And he's got a big beak.
And a weirdly fluffy head.
And he comes out in a motorcycle, and
Oh, yeah.
he's from Myrtle Beach, which means that he's hopped up on God knows what. He's got knives and throwing stars.
He's
Totally.
he's very fighty.
I mean, he's a fighting chicken.
Yes. All right. He makes the tackle, saves the game. Chance win.
We got to have
And still no
mascot
Grayson McCall.
No Grayson McCall. Where is Grayson McCall at? He's at another school, and I'm forgetting
NC
it right
State.
now.
Oh,
NC
Oh,
State.
that's right. I'd forgotten about that.
That's even more chaos CW energy for NC State.
Oh, God bless.
Oh my
what
God.
a vibe! Oh God, I hope Pitt
Wow.
doesn't play NC State this
Grayson
season.
McCall in
Wow.
his 6th year of football.
Well, he's not 8-year Cam Rising, but
No,
still.
he's getting there.
Stay in
Get
school,
that.
kids. Adulting sucks.
And cleanly
Keep-
shaven and mulletless.
That's right.
Mulletless Grayson?
Yeah, he's cleaned up.
Does Cam Rising have tenure yet?
Probably.
Man, that 10-year review board is just real tough. Okay.
It's tough out there in Utah.
Brandon looks lost talking small college football. I love it.
I
Brandon's
was about to weigh in on Del McGee. I thought he should have gotten the Troy job.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Who got the Troy job?
They went to Jared Parker, OC.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Notre Dame.
Yeah, probably. I should have had Del McGee. Next up is South Alabama, our Jags.
Oh. Mobile.
Is this school a founding member of its conference? There's no.
Actually, I think they are for
There's-
basketball.
Oh, maybe.
Ah.
I know for football they're not because they're not that old.
Right. Their football team is the newest or one of the newest.
The football it was established in 2009, so they weren't a founding member of the conference, but they've been in the Sun Belt the entire time. For basketball?
Wikipedia says they are founding members of the Sun Belt.
Okay, there you go. I did not know
Not
that.
for football, but for basketball, yes.
For everything else.
Who knows
yeah.
their league, baby?
There
That's
you go.
right. The Fun Belt podcast.
I mean, I'll
is.
never forget. Like, I went to North Texas for my grad stuff, like late 2000s, early 2010s, and the Sun Belt just being an absolute trash league for so long, just like really bad for so long. And then all of a sudden, I blinked, and North Texas went out of it, and all of a sudden, the Sun Belt was fun again. It was really annoying that like the Sun Belt jettisoned some members and got good.
We miss the days of Daryl Dickey.
Yeah.
Entirely tangential Wikipedia fact.
Yeah.
Dan Povenmire of Phineas and Ferb fame, the voice of Doofenshmirtz, went to South L.
Who knew? Okay.
And the
But now
voice
you
of
know.
Patrick went to Arkansas State. There's your more Fun Belt facts.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Georgia State is up
Boy,
next.
that's a fun booth for a game.
For Georgia State, their head coach is now their costume mascot. Does the record get better or worse? I mean, they got a great coach.
He's got a great beard, so definitely they got to improve.
Yeah,
And, Pounce is fine.
Pounce is fine.
No, I remember not liking him.
He's blue.
Oh,
He's
that's right.
blue.
He's blue.
He's very.
And he has snake
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah, no, I think Del Moogie's probably a better bet.
Yeah.
Then Pounce.
Yeah, they get
Okay.
worse.
Oh.
3 more teams. ULM.
All right, hold on.
You know what? I'm just gonna let y'all talk about ULM for a bit and tell me how you're feeling about it this year.
Uh-oh, Commish is
We have
putting on
booty.
a
What
hat.
more do you need?
Oh, you got the hat on. Okay.
Got booty.
We got
the
we got a
general.
big old booty.
General
That's right.
Axel Booty.
General Axel
General
booty. We got the booty.
Axel booty.
We got the booty.
No,
booty, bouncing everywhere.
I think that everyone's
our
going to look
O-line,
at
I
this
don't know if it's
Jackson
good.
State game,
Mhm.
and they're going to say, ULM, they're not good. They barely beat a SWAC team of Jackson State.
Mm.
Bryant Vincent's already said, this is basically a live scrimmage. He's going through the motions. We win the game. Hooray, hurrah. But week 2, where he plays UAB,
Ooh.
he's looking for a little payback, redemption, and to show that ULM can compete with the American.
Oh. So, like, revenge UAB game, because UAB did not give him the head coaching job when he was the interim coach. And now
Even though he took him to a bowl.
Even though he took him to the Bahamas Bowl and Trent Dilfer was on the sideline, they still gave Trent Dilfer the head coaching job. And then Brian Vincent coming back, welcoming UAB into Malone Stadium.
Wait, UAB's
With-
going to Monroe?
To Monroe.
Yes.
Oh, that's no. Don't do
Trent
that.
Dilfer.
With the new
Coming
golden P40 helmets.
Oh, yes.
So the new
golden
helmet-
shiny helmet.
Are those going to be the helmets the whole season?
Yes.
Yes.
They're great.
I love
Dusty
it.
has
Yes.
more information that he probably can't give yet, right?
That's fine.
Yes. We have new mix and match uniforms that are coming out. Yes, there will be a black uniform.
Ooh.
Commish,
With the white helmet? Or is there a
Yeah.
black helmet?
Nope. No black
Okay.
helmet.
Okay.
Commish,
Unless the commission's check cleared late.
Okay.
Commish,
You tried.
are you and I going on a date to go watch him play Texas on September 21?
So Dusty wants me to go.
Hell yeah!
Yes.
let's go.
Again, I have to clear because that's the week after the brawl, and then the wife's birthday is the day before that game.
Okay,
So,
screw
it's
him.
kinda like-
Dusty, I'm going with you. We'll go. It's fine.
Okay. Dusty
I'm
and
ready.
Jordan going to the game.
I'm set.
We will go slap Bevo.
You can go slap Bevo. I am a closeted Texas fan, so
Jordan, the closet is glass.
everyone can see me and it's awful. Don't look at me, I'm hideous. Don't look at me, they're hideous. That's the better answer.
Yes.
I was
Yeah,
so
forget commission.
What's-
Jordan,
what's
me
the
and you,
question
we're
for
going to
you, Lam?
Austin.
No, there's no question. I was just opening it up.
Oh, you just spin a question. I want a
No,
ULM
fine,
question
let's
here.
go
Come
question.
on.
Fine.
Let's get a question.
How many human mascots do they play? What is their record against human?
Okay. Do we play any humans?
I don't.
don't think so.
Trojans are humans.
Sure.
Ish.
Dukes are humans.
No, that's a dog.
Okay.
No,
Does that not count?
So the Dukes is actually named after a old president.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll
That
call
I
it.
learned.
Yeah,
That's a human.
we'll count it, even though the logo's a dog.
Is
Okay.
a
The
war
Raging
eagle,
Cajuns.
is a war eagle tiger a human?
Well, that's
No.
the Plainsmen, if you want to go with that. And then there's the Raging Cajuns.
Okay. So what's their record against Troy, James Madison, and Louisiana? I'm gonna give them 1 and 2 with that win over Louisiana because that's what I like you guys. So
Ooh.
I like you
Jordan,
guys.
you're uninvited, by the way, from going to Texas after blasphemy.
Fair.
Yeah, I mean, I think Troy's a big crapshoot. The Cajuns,
don't know.
honestly, no matter what's a crapshoot. So, what was the other team? Oh,
The
JMU.
Dukes.
JMU, Troy, and Louisiana.
Oof.
I like JMU because they got to come to the Bayou, and there's something weird going on in the Bayou.
Oh.
That is a
Chief
weird
Gray
one.
Spirit's still pissed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what I gotta predict?
Yeah. What's the record? Yeah, give me a record.
Okay, sure. 3-0. Let's go Homer
Okay.
pick.
There you go.
That's all the wins for the year.
Next up,
As long as it's over 2.5.
is,
That's it.
oh, that's right.
3-0. You gotta get over 2.5.
Just got to get over 2.5.
I'm taking all the committee money and putting it on ULM plus 2.5. Got it.
Pushing the chips and betting it all on the black uniform, white helmet.
Second to last team for tonight is Appalachian State.
App State.
Happy.
What's an Olympian from App
Is
State?
there an App State Olympian?
I hope so.
I feel like they should have somebody in shooting.
Right?
I feel like I should just
Olympians.
Amani Edwards because that's always the answer when you say App State or Luke
true.
Combs.
Luke
9
Combs.
individuals representing Sunbelt institutions heading to Paris.
Majuk Ding. There's a
Nice.
blast from the past for you there, Kamish.
Nobody from App, though. There's someone from ULM, though.
Oh,
What?
Majuk plays for South Sudan.
South Sudan on the basketball team that almost upset.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Sorry.
I don't see any App State Olympians.
App State Olympians. I see there's somebody that is a director of assistant athletics, director of Olympic sports,
Yeah,
Robbie
this-
Ormsby, but
that
I
doesn't
don't
make
see.
you an Olympian though.
No.
Yeah, I don't think there are any guys.
I don't see any.
Okay,
Yell
Fine.
at us, App State fans, if you find any.
there we go. Yeah. Okay.
In the final.
And our last team is Kamish's sister's alma mater.
Oh,
Southern
the hated
Miss.
Southern Miss Golden Eagles.
Our question is, if this coach leads the team to the playoffs this year, does the coach get coached by a bigger school? If you
Will
turn
Hall.
if you turn Southern Miss around to a playoff team, yeah, absolutely, you're going to another school.
It depends on if Lane Kiffin leaves and he goes to Old Miss.
Oh God.
Okay,
Oh,
so
God.
hold on. Will Hall is currently 13-24 at Southern Miss. He was the OC for Tulane with Willie Fritz before leaving to go to Southern Miss in 2021. Their best season he had with Southern Miss was in 2022, where he won the Lending Tree Bowl, which is now the 68 Ventures Bowl in 2022, with Frank Gore Jr. telling his auntie to chill after that one. He ran all over the place there. But he went 3-9, 7-6, and 3-9. So if he makes the playoff at like 11-1, somebody's snapping up Will Hall.
Oh, in a heartbeat.
And it's a contract year.
Oh,
Brandon, where's he going?
Oh, God.
Woo! Good question. What jobs would be open? Potentially Arkansas here in my backyard.
Oh,
that would be fun.
Ooh.
Oh gosh.
He would probably have beaten Kentucky in this scenario, so that could make
Oh
some
my
sense.
God.
Hey, maybe he
Do
goes.
we have it?
Maybe he goes to Kentucky. Maybe Stoops just retires.
Stoops
Do we have another turnover on the Plains that he's another Auburn coach?
That, you know what? That would make
Cool.
Yeah.
Great.
Pitt Girl all of a sudden becomes way happy.
That would be wonderful.
Because that would also mean that Hugh Freeze just self-immolates.
Oh,
year.
you know where he'd be? You know where he'd go?
Oh,
Florida.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Would they hire another Sunbelt coach
Sure.
after
Florida.
Billy Napier
It's Florida. They don't learn anything.
They're like us.
I can see him in Arkansas with the hog that changes 16 colors. Hashtag embrace the hog.
Oh my god, we covered.
And it comes back to the Razorback Nuggets again. That Brandon.
It always comes back.
It always comes back to the Tyson Razorback.
Tyson chicken
nugget.
Always comes back to Tyson chicken.
We covered so many teams tonight, y'all.
My God, what a podcast!
Congratulations.
And they were all in the Big Ten.
God. Yeah,
Welcome
now they will be.
Or they all will be in the Big Ten.
That's right. The Sun Belt is going to be inherited. The Big Ten's going to inherit the Sun Belt.
Brandon, Marcello, when people want to find you, where do they find you?
In bed after this podcast.
Yeah.
So late.
I'm on Twitter at bmarcello. I'm on Instagram at Brandon Marcello. I'm on TikTok dancing. And
Dancing the Pitbull.
yeah, you can go dancing the Pitbull music.
Yeah.
And go to cbssports.com, 247sports.com.
Dusty, where do folks find you?
Warhawk_report or Funbelt PC. And we are part of the Rivals Network because, we need to make sure that we're competing against everybody for everything. And then warhawkreport.com, of course.
Sounds good. Folks, thank you so much for joining us tonight. This has been our 200th episode. This is insane. Thank you for being with us all this time. And we will see you guys on the other side. Dale!
Dolly. Thank you, Dolly.
Thank you, Dolly.